Welcome back to the Section 10 podcast, episode 482, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your 43-37 third place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jarren Duran, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building?
In the motherfucking building. Presented by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Suck one. Produced by Jake Yazzie.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, Jake. For anyone.
Whoa, maybe I jumped a little bit. Okay, I can explain for the people who are listening that don't know what's going on. I'm on a very thin line right now where if I lag out of this call
I was
one
literally
more time,
about to explain.
No, fuck. Hey, we're being forgiving today.
Imagine like when they open up like the fucking Tonight Show and then like the fucking dude on the bongos just starts talking. It's like, hello, like
Hey
it's
guys,
my
I just wanted to let you know I got an update with my family. Like, dude, we just started the show. What the hell are
just
you
started
doing?
the show. Like it's 482 of these fucking things. Like I open with like a little monologue. I set the scene for what the podcast is gonna be. But no, you go.
He's just over there.
I feel a little off
today. Tyler on the bongos just being like, yeah, I think I'm gonna open this one up.
My nerves are high. I'm scared. How could you come after me for something like that?
All right. So let me set the scene here. So
Paint the picture.
Tyler Milliken is on vacation down the Cape. Drove 2.5 hours to New Hampshire for the NASCAR race on Sunday. Drove 2.5 hours back and then did Section 10. So he's on vacation. He's dedicated. He's putting in the work. But his internet tonight is fucking terrible. And we left it up to Jake. Jake said, man, like if your internet cuts out, then you're going to get the boot. Like we're tossing you. Coley, by the way, it's hospital time. It's baby time. So that's why Coley's not here. But it's basically like Tyler Milliken is Brayan Bello in the second inning of game one of the series. It's just like, yeah, there's a couple errors behind you. The bases are loaded. You're walking guys. You fucking hit a guy. And, if you give up some big time damage here, then it's like, yeah, we're going to come get you.
But it's scarier when you have no control of it. Like, this is almost even more embarrassing.
Just
for
like
me.
Brayan Bello's fastball.
I have a guest with me for this podcast.
Who's your guest?
I have Martha right to the left of me.
Martha.
She's
God
Martha,
bless her.
What's up?
Say hi, Martha.
God bless her.
Hi.
Hey, Martha. How are you? How
I think I know what Tyler's doing right now. Tyler's trying to be like, you can't toss me.
Come on.
I'm here in
me.
front of my
I'm
girlfriend.
Martha.
Come on.
Yeah.
Don't embarrass me in front of my girl. I think that's what he's doing right now.
Yeah, he's like, come on. Don't toss me. Don't toss me. I'm fucking T-Dog. You know what I mean?
Come on, baby. T-Dog on the bongos?
Yeah. How you gonna go ahead and toss me, dude? It's fucking bongo time. Oh, man. Yeah, let it rip, dude.
Steve's rhythm
Let it
is
rip.
incredible. There's no way you haven't played the bongos before. Oh, no.
I feel like Steve's played the bongos before. Oh,
Love the goes, man. Love the goes. Nothing
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, no doubt. Martha, can she hear us?
Wait, I'm back?
You were never gone.
Good, I wasn't.
You know what,
I don't know,
dude?
Jake.
I wasn't
don't
gone.
know, Jake.
You nailed it.
I don't know.
He's right on the cusp.
I'm
He
not
is so
anywhere.
close.
Yeah,
He
it's-
is so...
It's like bases loaded 3-1 count right now.
This is a Bello scenario. But, I don't
We're
know.
gonna be okay. We're all right.
All right. Did you end up getting Martha something at the Savannah Bananas game?
Yeah, and I accidentally,
Ugh.
kind of left it at the game.
Jake.
Get him out. He's gone.
What?
Oh, that's tough.
Wait, what?
All right. All right, he's
Oh,
back.
I was supposed to plug it.
Plug what?
Is that what you were setting me up for?
I mean, he's gotta go,
Jake,
right?
Jake,
He's gotta
skip.
go.
Wait,
Skip.
He's
No.
gone.
Skip.
He's gone.
That's tough because I mean I really wanted to interview Martha. I feel like the Section 10 fans have been dying to get inside the inner psyche of like what is it like dating Tyler Milliken. But we'll have to reschedule that one. I mean, that internet is just unsustainable, Steve.
It was very bad. In Tyler's defense,
just got a text message. He said, "Are you fucking me?"
No, I mean he kind of knew this was coming. We gave him a huge heads up of this. But in his defense now, it's not a missed show. So like he was on this.
He made it. Yeah,
he made it. He's only I think missed one. So good for Tyler. He's on vacation. He's still contributing to the podcast. But that was just unsustainable. That would have been the whole show, and it's not a good product for the people.
Yeah, people need better. They expect better, and they're gonna get better. And speaking of having high expectations and falling short of that, Steve.
Oh, come on.
I mean, no.
It's going to end up being a solo show in like 5 minutes, Jerry.
Yeah, Steve's just going to leave. So Steve, during the Billy's Gummy Bears weather look ahead, you said it was going to rain tonight. You did not say that people's literal lives would be at risk if they went to Fenway Park tonight. I feel like you left out that detail.
No, I feel like with the lack of heads up I had, I mean, you got to remember, these are normally 4 days out when we're talking series finales. And I did say 43% chance of rain. I said scattered thunderstorms. I said, hopefully we'll miss them. That's just being optimistic. We didn't miss them. They got drilled by the rain, the thunderstorms. When they were showing those images, by the way, on Nesson, I don't know why this wasn't called earlier. Like, it was a literal monsoon. Like, there was no scenario where they were going to play the rest of this game. And it was funny because they got Pap, and obviously the alt cast, by the way, incredible. Not jumping ahead, but you did a great job. Appreciate they had Pap in the come back to the booth to do some of the rain delay stuff with Marrero and TC. I think Devin's gotten better, by the way.
Definitely.
And Pap was starting to talk about like, when it used to get hot out there, we'd spray the fans down, and some of the women out there started treating it like something else, if you know what I mean, TC. And he's like, all right, I think we're going to throw it up to Jemai.
Well, because then Marrero was like, wet t-shirt contest, huh? Like, it's like, we get it. We knew where he was going with that.
I could just tell that someone's in TC's ear, like, just go to Jemai and Julian, like, get this out of here. This is only going bad places.
Yeah, and then before that, like, Palpable, I don't even know what he was doing during the rain delay. I think he got dinner or something like that, and then he came back in and he was just drenched, and he was like, "Yeah, man, looks like an elephant pissed on me or something." It's like that's what it looks like. No, it looks like you were outside in the rain. He's like, "Yeah, it looks like an elephant pissed on me, man."
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard. That's one thing I love about Pap. You'll hear a line that I'm like, I don't know if anyone's ever said that. That might be the first time anyone said that. So credit to him. But
next time I get wet in the rain, I'll be like, "Looks like an elephant pissed on me."
Exactly. Classic phrase, of course.
Well, yeah.
They kind of split.
The Red Sox found a way to split a 3-game series. They did it. They did it. And that's not even like being negative and shitting on the Red Sox. The Red Sox are in a great spot. Vibes are high. Fans are happy. They're winning baseball games. They're playing good ball. But technically, they played a 3-game series and they split it. It's a Benny's Banana split.
Yeah, it does.
It's Benny's Banana split.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, there it is right behind you there, Steve. Yeah, it's a Benny's Banana split. It's, you don't often get them. You don't often get it, especially in a 3-game series. But the Red Sox in 2024 found a way to split a 3-game series. And for that, I'm thankful. Also, I don't know how, did you have Nesson on after they officially called the game?
Yeah. Why?
So I'm sitting there. They call it. Jemai's like, all right, everyone, enjoy your night. And then they put on a game. I thought they were going to play like last night's game or something like that. So like I had my head down. And then all of a sudden I hear OB go, and tonight, taking the ball out there, David Price. And I was like, David Price? Oh, shit. All right, cool. And I looked at the date and it was 2018. And then you hear Jerry Remy's voice, which was awesome, like Rem Dog on the broadcast. And then in the bottom of the first, here's Mookie Betts leading off the game. I'm like, wow, Mookie Betts on the Red Sox. That's a throwback, huh? Guess what he does, Steve?
He goes deep.
Home run in the bullpen.
Yep.
Couple batters later, here's JD Martinez. Prime 2018 JD Martinez. Fucking, what does he do? Rips a double in the gap, right center, because of course that's what he does. It was just like a nice little play the hits. It was just a nice. It was Rem
And
Dog.
how easy do they make it look,
DP.
by the way? When Mookie and JD were cooking in 18, it was just like, yeah, let me just flick this to the bullpen. Let me go gap and kind of wave to the dugout. What was their thing, by the way? I know Mookie had the Salt
like a
Bay
wave.
thing. He had a Salt Bay, and I think the other guys would wave. I know Xander would do the L. Dude, it was just, that was a different lifetime. Crazy.
Yeah, it really was. And it was also funny hearing OB to like start the game being like, "Oh, welcome back in, Boston Red Sox, the 55-17 Boston Red Sox, whatever the fuck their record was," but it was just like,
yeah,
They're the best team in
70-4.
baseball.
Boston Red Sox. We're back
Yeah.
at Fenway. They're on a 40-game win streak.
yeah, welcome back in, Boston Red Sox on a 49-game winning streak here, and Mookie Betts has already homered. Game just started.
73 degrees at first pitch.
yeah.
Nice breeze coming in from right field. The Red Sox are 20 games up on the Yankees in the AL East.
Yeah. Yankees on pace to win 100 games this year. Red Sox up by 20 games in the division.
And it won't even fucking matter. The Red Sox
yeah.
will win the AL East. And probably cruise through the playoffs, winning the World Series in that path.
Win the World
Pitch.
Series in 5 games. Red Sox 5-0 in that World Series.
Now I got a feeling they're going to give their opponent a game just because they feel bad.
Yeah, they're just bored out there.
The 2-2.
I
I actually just sent you a very important message that was just forwarded to me. So if you could play that, that would be great.
Who is this from?
It's from a very important person, and yeah, I can't say where I got it from, but it's real.
Okay.
It's really too bad that this finale got rained out because I wanted to give my Clark's Catch-Up Series MVP to Jarren Duran. This kid is incredible. He's got to be an all-star. Anyway, we love Section 10. Listening to you guys in the Pentagon all the time. It's like all we listen to. Take care, guys.
Is that Joe Biden?
Yeah, Biden.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he just wanted to give a little shout out.
Oh. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and confirm that they do listen in the Pentagon.
Wow, that's awesome. Joe
Yeah.
Biden, man.
Mhm.
I mean, I know he doesn't have time to like sit down and do like a interview, but
Yeah.
but getting
Well,
Biden to
They
send
reached
in,
out. Yeah, the Pentagon reached out and was like, really appreciate you guys. And Biden was right next to him. So he recorded that and sent it on over.
Sent
He
it
was
in.
watching tonight. Yep.
Wow. That's cool, man. Whatever your politics are, whoever you vote for, I mean, anytime you can get the president of the United States to send in a voice note from the Pentagon, you got to play it.
That's where the politics don't matter. It's like, we're just
Yeah.
talking baseball.
Yeah, we're
whatever
talking ball.
side you're on, baseball is baseball. You know?
Yeah, we're not talking foreign policy here. We're talking ball.
Yeah. We're talking, sadly, a series finale rainout, but still a guy that wanted to give out some ketchup.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of doesn't really do him any favor, like the whole like Sleepy Joe thing where like he doesn't know what's going on. That whole bit, it's like, hey, Biden, they didn't fucking win the series. We don't do ketchup. When they
You
split.
heard him, right? He said he wanted to give out series MVP. He's well aware that you don't get to do it if they don't win the series.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, if they're listening at the Pentagon, they know that.
Yeah, they're well aware.
Mm-hmm.
So. Mhm.
That's cool. That's cool. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man.
Dude, they might not lose a series all month. I was just looking that up. So they played 8 series in the month of June.
Yeah.
4 series wins, 0 series losses, and kind of, sort of 4 series splits now. We're counting this one as a split. So
I was gonna actually bring that up and ask you the question, or I thought there would be more of us, but when that happens, right? Because I remember back in 2019, I want to say, the Red Sox played a series against the Yankees, and the last one got rained out, and then I think they won the makeup game, so I wanted to count that as a series win. Like, is this a Benny's Banana Split? Or like when they play that makeup game, what if the Red Sox win it? Like, don't we get to do catch up? Or I don't know.
Oh, we do. Yeah, no, this isn't like really a split. I'm glad we put the graphic out there because it's kind of sort. Any chance you get to have a Benny's Banana Split, you take it. You're not going to turn that down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that game now, whatever, in August, that 2:00 game determines if we're going to give out ketchup or not.
Yeah. I mean, with Coley being in the delivery room and Tyler having shitty internet down the Cape, how confident are you that you're finally going to get that clean 40?
This could be it. If there's ever a chance that we're going to get a clean 40, it would be this show. When's the last show that you and I did together? It's been a while.
I can't remember. Maybe the All-Star game in DC?
Yeah, actually, that was
Was that the, no,
probably
that
it.
wasn't the All-Star game. That was when the Red Sox were there.
Denver. I think it might have been the Denver All-Star game. Right before that, you and I did a show. Coley couldn't do it. I think it was just me and you.
In 2021?
Yeah, that was the last year of Section 10 before we came back.
Did we do it together in person?
No, separate. You hadn't. I was already in Denver. You hadn't left yet, I don't think. I think you got there like Monday or something.
Oh, I don't remember that. I definitely remember we did an episode outside of Nat's ballpark.
Oh, yeah. You were not happy at that point.
I don't remember not being happy. I remember.
No, well, you were really hot. You're a little cranky.
Yeah.
You were a little cranky.
That was a little cranky.
Yeah.
I was a little
Well, you're like,
cranky.
Steve, where are we even going to record? I don't even know. Like, you were just hot. You were sweaty.
Yeah.
You were
I was
sweaty.
like,
You were
why are
getting
we
upset.
doing it outside in the sun? Like, I'm so hot. It was, I'll tell you when it was. It was July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of 2018. That's when that was.
Yeah.
It was right before the
July
4th of July.
It was on July 4th. Yeah.
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 Yeah. We did it
Well, then we
outside in
celebrated with the cup, though. We celebrated with the Stanley Cup, so that was fun.
Yeah, we did celebrate with the cup. But yeah, I remember doing that outside the fucking statue. I don't even know who the statue.
No, you weren't that pumped. We got the show going, then we were like, all right, we're kind of having fun again. And then the owner of that restaurant that's right on the water was like, love you guys, like love Section 10. Just want to let you know, we got a private party coming with the Stanley Cup. Do you guys want to be a part of it? We're like, nah, we're good. Like, we don't want, yes, of course we want to be a part of that. So
yeah,
that was a fun night.
Yeah, I remember getting a picture with the cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it.
And
We want
that's
the
your,
cup.
yeah, you were like, we want the cup, but you guys can have it tonight. But like,
yeah,
we would like
after we want it.
Yeah, you guys have it, then we get it because we want it.
Yeah, we want the cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got the cup.
Yep. 7 years before that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Almost got it the next year. I didn't even realize that. The next year should have got it. Lost in 7. 2019.
19. Yeah. That was the YP Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, clean 40 tonight.
Yep.
Just
where are we at, Jake?
17.
All right, so we got 23 minutes left.
I don't know that we're pacing well.
No, we're not pacing great. We're talking about DC in 2018. That's not good for a clean 40.
Yeah.
Bobby Dahlbeck. Bobby Dahlbeck.
Yeah. What you got there? Water?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on water?
Think it's great. I mean, without it, I don't know where we'd be.
Jake, what do you got on water?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely big to have it around.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't need it like right near you, but it's just got to be around.
It's got to be somewhere
like,
close by.
Yeah. If it's not close by, that could be a problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I just walk around with some fucking water all the time, but like, it's got to be somewhere.
Yeah, you do need it for sure. What you got there?
This is Gatorade Zero.
Okay, no free ads.
No free ads, but yeah, big watermelon splash guy.
Mm-hmm.
Love watermelon. I actually said that on the broadcast because Pap was talking about different things. That he's a big gardener and he grows all kinds of shit. And he grows watermelons, and I was like, honestly, shout out watermelons.
No, big time. We want to talk alt cast now, or do you want to wait?
The MLB season is in full swing, and Underdog Fantasy wants to make it a lot more interesting. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats, strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. Make entries of all baseball or mix and match across your other favorite sports. You can win up to 100 times your money, and it's a ton of fun. We actually got some Underdog shout-outs on the Allcast.
Mm-hmm.
Pap was all about it. I was like, yeah, we're with Underdog now, baby. He was like, oh, let's talk Underdog. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. So we got to talking a little bit of that. Got to talking a little home run derby with Pap. I saw somewhere on the Baseball is Dead Reddit that they were asking how we're going to broadcast it, Jake. Is it going to be on our YouTube page? Do we know?
I believe it'll be through the Underdog app as well as the YouTube. It's not confirmed, but we'll definitely let everybody know.
That's kind of what I said. I was like, I don't know 100%, but it sounds like it's going to be like maybe Twitter, YouTube, and the Underdog app. But if you do download the Underdog app, which I very much encourage you to do, make sure that you sign up with the promo code Jared, that is JARED, to get up to $250 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Jared. I guess we can kind of talk game one and the all cast at the same time. I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand a little bit.
Yeah.
This was well, no, I'm lying. That was game two.
Yeah, they were separate. I was just gonna go with it. I'm like, sounds good. Of
yeah,
course.
Sounds good. Let's talk alt cast and the game one. The game one was the Green Monster game.
It was, yes.
Yeah. So I was in the house for that.
Yeah, you basically broadcasted like the whole series. That's essentially what that is.
That's
now with this
true.
One getting rained out.
Yeah, fucking Monday I did the Green Monster broadcast. Tuesday I did the alt cast for Nesson. And then today I woke up and did Baseball is Dead, the baseball hour on 98.5 The Sports Hub. And now we're doing Section 10. It's been quite a broadcasting journey for me the last 48 to what's the next one? What's after 48? 72? 72 hours?
72, yeah. That would be 48
hours.
with 24.
Yep. Yeah.
Mhm.
Quite the 72 hours. Game one of this series, Tanner Houck versus Chris Bassett. Tanner Houck goes 6 2/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 runs total, punched out 7, walked a guy, 101 pitches. I would say not his best, but not his worst.
No.
Not his worst. Tyler's notes here. Tyler is no longer with us, but his spirit still lives on. I'm looking at his notes here. He noted that the velocity was up basically like 1.5 miles an hour, which is that's notable. Got the extra day of rest. I did the 6th inning, and I believe that's when the trouble started.
Yeah, I think it was right around there. But you didn't give up any runs.
I didn't give up a run.
Okay,
I didn't give up a run. Yeah.
Which
now
matters.
people are fucking getting out of hand with that, by the way, now. Like, I was up there and it was like bases loaded jam, and he didn't give up any runs. And then the game exploded after that. And everyone was like, oh, don't go ever back on the broadcast anytime you touch it. I'm like, bro, I wasn't even there. I wasn't even in the ballpark anymore. Some fucking weirdo took a picture of me and posted it on the Reddit of me leaving the game. I'm like, buddy, like, I was there to do the hit. And now, Steve.
Wait, weren't you there to record where Vladdy's ball went?
Yes.
All right, so you were there when it blew up.
Well, I didn't stay for the whole game. Like, people were making it seem like
Hey, so maybe it started going good when you left. Is that what
maybe?
Okay.
Maybe it could be. I'm not saying, but maybe I'm saying.
Just saying.
Yeah, I did record with a Vladdy Grand Slam. Was it a Grand Slam? It was a Grand Slam.
3-run?
3-run?
It was a 3-run, yeah. It
3-run.
should have counted for a Grand Slam for how long it went. It's like, we're going to add a run on because you just hit a ball 500 feet.
Yeah, literally. What do they call it? 471?
471.
That was
Absolutely
800
broke.
feet. Yeah, that was 800 feet. Very crazy to have that angle. I wish I got it in flight. I mean, I got to see it from fucking point of contact through the air over the monster and then have it land on the roof and skip around and go all the way to the back of the wall. It was majestic. It was majestic to be able to have that perspective. Also, I met the K-Men for the first time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good dudes.
Yeah. They were like, yeah, Steve's been out here. Or they were like, where's Steve been? I was like, none of us have really been around this year very much.
True. I'm up there a lot. I was up there a lot in 21.
21, yeah, they mentioned the Reese's Cup.
The Reese's costume, yeah. So
yeah.
we kind of coexisted up there, and they let me put a K up. I did donate a decent amount, but yeah, they let me put a K up.
Yep, I am also gonna donate that. We're gonna have them on the podcast at some point. I just, they were talking about like let's do something on the podcast. I was like, yes, like we should definitely do that. Like your story's interesting, but like the episodes are already 3 hours as it is during the season. So I feel like the off season was more interview oriented.
They could then just get a whole episode. Yeah.
Yeah. We can do like an hour with them instead of like, I mean, if we did 15 minutes with them, now we're talking about a podcast that's longer than the runtime of Titanic. Titanic.
100%. Yeah. We don't want to do that.
No, we don't want to do that at all. But yeah, no, this game was definitely a game of the year nominee. Was it the best game of the season?
It's up there. What else would be in the running for it? Am I forgetting an obvious one? I mean, when you come back like this, it's got to be in the running for best game of the year. Like we've talked about it before with this Sox team, but no chance earlier in the season this team comes back. They don't even score another run once they, give up that moon bomb to Vladdy. So the fact that they even came back is ridiculous. I did want to just look at the 7th inning because it happened so fast. Like I almost, we talk about how we'll look at the phone, take notes during the game, and all of a sudden it just got out of hand. So their first guy reaches on catcher's interference. You then get a strikeout. You then get a ground out. So it's 2 outs pretty fast. Like there's only a guy on first, if I'm not mistaken. It's always Kiermaier, by the way. Friggin' Kevin Kiermaier, I feel like, gets a big hit against the Red Sox every single series he plays against them, regardless of what team he's playing for. So that ties the game up. That's when Tanner Houck comes out. It's happened with Houck so far this year where you just want that last out a couple of times. He's still maintained the best ERA in the American League, but this would have been a nice one to kind of close the door, get out of that inning 2-1. You then have Isaiah Campbell come in, and it's singles.
Tyler was like, get this guy up here right now. Like, you think the Red Sox are playing good? Wait till Isaiah Campbell joins the team.
He comes in single, and these balls are hit hard, and then moon bomb. The longest home run, I believe, of Vladdy's career that goes over Jared, goes over everybody on the monster, and then Turner strikes out. The Sox are down 6-2. Thing with Campbell is that he just wears it too. Like even before anything bad happened, his body language stinks. It almost looks like he's ready for something bad to happen. That pitch to Vladdy, I think anybody would have hit the ball 460 feet. Like that was right in the sweet spot, 82 miles an hour.
Right down.
And absolutely destroyed. I think it was one of the longest home runs recorded at Fenway Park in the StatCast era.
I don't know how it couldn't be. By the way, I was kind of surprised that the Devers home run in game 1 of the series was his longest of the season. And then his home run in the second game was the longest home run of his career.
Yeah, I believe so. 463 or 467. 467.
467? Oh my God.
The fourth longest Red Sox homer in the StatCast era. He had JBJ in Colorado. Franchi hit one in Philly, I believe. I think that's when he hadn't had a homer yet. And he's like, I'll make up for it by going 474.
Yeah.
Hanley hit one 469. Maybe that was also in Colorado. I could be mistaken. And then Raffy 467. Raffy was like kind of swinging for homers too. I know he'll do that occasionally, but these were absolute hacks on the home runs he had in this series.
He almost fucking fell over on the first one.
Yeah.
He hit it and like almost fell into the Blue Jays dugout.
Yeah. Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to run the bases now.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
He takes some gangster hacks up there, but that one, when we look back on his career someday, we'll be like, yeah, that was the one that was like a little, that was out there.
It's kind of like he was going for it. Like it's like he promised someone before the game, I'm going to hit a homer, because I've never seen him swing like that before. Or he's just hearing all the Duran talk. It's like, don't forget about me. I know that's not in Raffy's DNA, but that was a kind of swing that he just doesn't have.
I think it was more than that. I think it was, a fan, like a young fan was like, Raffy hit a home run for me tonight. And he was like, I'm going to hit the fucking longest home run of my life tonight.
Yeah. That's where he looked in that young little kid's face and said, I'm going to fucking hit an absolute bomb, you little shit.
Yeah.
Listen up, shithead.
Hey,
I'm going to hit this ball
dweeb.
so far. Yeah. Hey, you little dink, you little useless piece of crap.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit this so far and you're going to cry. You're going to be so scared of how far I hit this, you idiot.
Yeah, you fucking geek.
Listen up, you dweeb, you useless little. I'm going so deep tonight. You're going to be crying for your daddy. That's it. That's what Raffy does that too. He talks like that.
Yeah, he doesn't mean it.
He's kind of a prick. He's nice, but he's like a prick too.
Right. But that's how he motivates himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it worked for 2 games.
It did. It did big time. The one in the first game obviously mattered more, but
yeah. But then, like in the second game, he was like, I can hit it further than that. And then he did.
He did.
And then he did. Not to jump ahead.
What was your reaction to the Celtics getting honored? Were you just like, oh, I'm a green teamer for life? Did that get you going?
Yeah. When they came out, I was like, there's Danhausen. Was he there?
He was there. He was wearing the main
I was seeing if
shirt.
You
well, you knew
what
he was wearing.
Yeah, I was seeing if you noticed him. Yeah. But Hausen was out there.
Yeah, Cornette with the Sea Dogs hat. How about that? That was pretty sick. That's your guy.
Yep. Hausen was a 2-sport athlete in high school, and because he almost made it to MLB, but he was like, man, I just got to drain threes. So Tatum was there. Yep. And Jalen.
What do you think about having yourself on your shirt? Have you ever done that? A picture of you on your own shirt?
I think after the remember the World Series parade in 2018?
Yeah, that was my favorite shirt that we ever made was you on the duck boat pouring the beer on you. I was like, where do I get one of these? I need this so bad.
Yeah. I think I owned that and it was in my possession. I don't think I ever put it on though. I never wore it.
Yeah, they sold out. I was pissed because I wanted one so bad.
Yeah, I think I can probably get one for you.
All right, thanks. That would mean the world to me.
Yeah. There's another shirt. I think it was like it was a cartoon of me and Coley on the duck boats, and it said like the Duck Boat Boys on it.
Oh yeah. Well, that one again, I wanted that too, but it just sold out so fast. I was like, damn it.
Those are gone. Those are collector's items now. Everyone was so happy.
I know
about that.
Yeah. So Tatum had a shirt, and like he was on it, and part of me is like, interesting. And I get it was probably like the whole team on there, but I was like, is that cool to have a shirt with yourself on it? I don't know.
No,
not really. But like, Tatum's cool though.
Yeah, no, he's not. I'm
Tatum's
sorry.
Whoa.
No, I'm sorry. He's not.
What do you mean he's not cool?
As someone that's obviously just a baseball fan and I'm just a casual observer of other sports and teams, Tatum is super corny. Like him trying,
he's not corny.
He is. Him trying to like copy like the KG anything as possible, but being like, we did it. Like he was trying to copy KG. Like, he's very corny.
I don't think he was. I know that's what everyone was saying.
Jake, I don't even know if Jake's gonna back me up here, but like he definitely was trying to copy KG right there. Yes.
I think he just was lost in the moment. Also, the fact that Coley's not on this right now, he's gonna be bullshit.
He's gonna hate this. I do gotta say, well, Coley doesn't care about the Celtics.
We did it.
I think
these
players are so aware of their brand that I think it might have hit him in the moment. I gotta say something because this is when I need to say something.
He fucking they were up 3-0. Like he practiced that in the mirror, being
he didn't. No,
he was like,
he
what
didn't.
can I? Yes, he did. Oh,
no.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He was like, oh, what can I say when they interview me after we win that I can put on a T-shirt?
No way.
All right, so he said that. He filed for the trademark. We did it like 7 days before that.
No, there's just no chance.
Go look into it. I bet you it's trademarked. I guarantee you, we did it is trademarked by Jason Tatum's agency.
No, I honestly think so many of the phrases have kind of been taken. I was thinking, what would you say that like this is kind of counterproductive because then that would act like you're preparing it. It's supposed to be off the cuff. Even KG was like, dude, I'm telling you, man, that boy was just realizing that in the moment, and that's what he said.
He has
KG
to say
had
that.
the line. I don't think he was saying it like he had to say it.
KG
I
is
think
like
he was
the
being
president
honest.
of the Celtics fraternity. Like
that's Pierce.
Yeah, but even like KG alphaed Pierce to an extent.
To a certain extent, yeah.
Yeah, like KG was the alpha dog of that championship team.
Yeah, it is tough that he said it in a similar pace where it was like, say it once,
it's almost like he tried to copy him, Steve.
No,
I don't know.
Nope. You cannot copy and still have it be like, damn, that did kind of look similar.
Listen, I'm not a Jason Tatum hater. It
sounds like it a little bit.
No, it's just like he is corny. He is.
You can do corny things and not be corny. As a person, I think he's smooth. I think Tatum's always been pretty cool. Some of the pics he was taking in the hallway with
there's parts of him that I do like, where it's like, incorporating his son. Like it's not like there's some athletes that will prop up their children and be like, look at how cool of a dad I am, or like I'm a family man. Don't think that I'm a piece of shit. Like with Tatum, it's like, no, he's just a good dad. Like he's just like a
Yeah,
good
so-
dad that like wants to create these moments for his son.
I gotta say this, and this doesn't count because I'm kind of whispering it.
Okay.
Deuce is kind of a dick. Deuce is kind of a dick. Yeah, Deuce is kind of a dick.
Why? What did he do?
Any chance Deuce? If you pay attention to Deuce over the years, and I know he's only like 6 or so,
Yeah.
but he's kind of a dick a little bit. But it's
Why?
But,
I've never
he's
noticed.
a kid, so like it's always like even that clip where he's like, "We almost lost." It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like,
Oh.
what are you talking about?
Well,
dude?
he's like 6.
No, I know. So I'm whispering. This doesn't count.
Right,
And then
right.
at the parade, I saw him like people were yelling JT, and he thumbs down people that were like yelling for JT. I'm like, Deuce.
Anyway, I love Deuce. I love Jason. I think everything they did at Fenway was really cool. And,
Yeah, that's cool, I guess. Yeah.
When you have 6 first pitches, though, I don't know, that's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, but I mean, it's not the first time we've seen that, really.
No, I
guess.
I know. It can get a little messy, but that actually worked out. So,
Yeah.
anyway,
None
those
of them looked athletic throwing a baseball.
No, not like Cooper, dude. Cooper looked athletic.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You could tell Big Coop used to
Shocking
play.
that Casas caught that, by the way.
Am I sensing sarcasm?
I mean, he's horny online. Like that's
Yeah. I
he's
think
a-
Tristan literally ran into the front office and was like, is anyone catching Cooper Knight? Because I want to catch Cooper Knight. Can I catch Cooper Knight? Can I please catch Cooper Knight? Thank you.
Also, big shout out to Tristan Casas because it was a fucking monsoon and the dude was just standing out in the rain, signing autographs and taking pictures, just drenched.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've seen a lot of rain delays in my lifetime. Cannot recall a player standing out, just getting absolutely soaking wet to take pictures and sign on. How the fuck do you sign an autograph in that, by the way?
I have no idea how that wouldn't just be like mush.
A selfie situation, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. Can I read this real quick? I don't know
Yep.
if we were going to get to this, but
Is
you're
this
talking
the dry
Casas.
swings thing?
It's so funny. This is like, I didn't see the actual audio, but someone sent us the screenshot of the transcript, and it's
I don't think there is audio.
Oh, okay. All right. So Julian McWilliams goes, "You've been taking dry swings before, right?" He goes, "Yeah, with no bat." Julian, "With no bat?" Casas, "Yeah, I've been taking swings for 10 weeks. Jen McCaffrey, "So what does that entail? Swinging just with your hands?" Casas, "Oh no, just in my mind. Without a bat, just in my head. I've taken thousands of at-bats in this time, so I feel great. I feel ready." Jen, "So you'd just be kind of like standing or Casas, or sitting or laying?" Yeah. Then you have another reporter that goes, "Does the process involve twisting at all, or are you kind of just stationary?" Casas goes, "Oh no twisting. Yeah, no, I wasn't able to do that, but I was able to swing." So he's taken thousands of swings in his head during this time, which means...
And counted them.
And counted them, yeah. So he has a tally of the mental swings he's taken. He's ready to go.
I know this like rubs some people on the internet the wrong way today. I mean, it's just funny. Like I don't know.
Funny.
It's funny. Like I think where it would become an issue is if Casas skipped any steps in rehab because he's like, no, I don't need to go on a minor league assignment. Like I already took 6,000 swings in my mind, so I can just rejoin the team. Raw dog. That would be when I'm like, all right. But you know, I mean, we see the videos of him just fucking standing behind L screens and just like standing in the batter's box when no one's around, or standing in the Red Sox bullpen just in the batter's box out there. Like, all right, yeah, he's taking his mental swings, dude. Like, you don't do that. Like, why are you acting like you don't do that? So, whatever helps him. If he sucked, then you're like, all right, dude, save it. But he's awesome, so who fucking cares?
Honestly, I would say most the Casas stuff does not play if he sucks. Like,
Correct.
I don't think much of any of it really works if he sucks. But he's like the best player on the team, or top 2 at worst. So
Yeah, he's one of the best hitters in the league when he's healthy.
Yeah,
So.
when he's healthy, he could win an MVP. So I think that lets you go up to reporters and say, "I've taken thousands of swings in my head, so I'm ready to come back." I'm trying to picture like an equivalent for us. It's like, yeah, I'm in great shape. I've gone to the gym mentally. Like I've been
Yeah.
like I've been lifting in my
lifting
head.
a ton of weights in my
Yeah.
head. So
Like
I'm
yeah. Oh,
feeling
why am I
pretty
strong? You ask. Yeah. Went to the gym a lot.
I'm at the gym right now, dude. I'm pumping iron right the fuck now. You don't even know. While my haters are sleeping, I'm pumping iron in my head.
While we're talking, I'm getting so much stronger.
Yeah.
I'm at the gym. I'm at the gym all the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He is. It's great because, like, obviously it sucks that he's been gone.
Mm-hmm.
But with him not in the lineup every day and with us not, like, physically seeing him every day, not saying you forget about Tristan Casas, but he's not, like, front of mind at all times. So then you just get hit with this and you're like, this guy is...
He's different.
The most unique dude of all time, and it's cool that he's our guy.
I get, yeah, and I totally get why if you're not a Red Sox fan, you'd be like, all right, dude. But if you're a Red Sox fan, you know that when he's healthy, he can be one of the best players on the team. He can be one of the best hitters in the league. And yeah, he's quirky, but we knew that from literally day one. We knew he was a different kind of cat from day one. And I think the more comfortable he gets, the weirder he's going to get. I feel like he's been weird this whole time, but he had to get called up to the big leagues and get the respect from his elders and the veterans, and he had to perform at the big league level. And once he checked all those boxes, he was like, I'm just going to let it hang. I'm just going to be me.
Once he checked those boxes, that is like exactly when the Sunday Night Baseball interview happened.
He let that freak flag fly.
I do think all those ingredients you said literally formed like that morning. They all hit him like, oh, I'm going off tonight. Like, you give me the ball, you have no idea what I'm about to do in the dugout. So
yeah.
We'll always have that. Hopefully we get that again, but I'm okay if that's the only version of that we ever get.
What do you mean?
Like that interview in the dugout. Like that was its own thing. That was such a, like, we have nothing to compare to that. Maybe he'll do something like that again. I hope he never, like, because I'm sure he overthinks a lot of things, not even in a negative way. I think he's just a very thoughtful individual.
Sure.
I hope he didn't take any of the stuff that Ravitch and co were saying as like you're blabbing right and really took the Kenley thing to heart. I hope he just took that as jokes because, and I'm sure he did. Nothing really seems to rattle Casas at all. But yeah, I can't wait for him to be back, man. And they keep saying, oh, we'll wait to see what the tests are. I'm like, they better not be. None of this news better be negative because they need him pretty badly right now.
You know what was really cool about this series?
Yeah.
Will Fleming and Lou Merloni's call for the walk-off.
I haven't heard it yet. Let's do it.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, man.
I don't think I have.
Deck. But here's the Red Sox hottest hitter with a chance to win the game. 2-1. Swinging a ground ball into right field. That's a base hit. Rafaela being waved home. Springer's throw, not in time. Ball game over. Duran the hero, and the Red Sox win it 7-6. A mob scene behind the mound. Kenley joining the party. Duran Lou does it again.
I mean, you couldn't ask for another guy up at the plate you wanted. In Jarren Duran, he's been absolutely on fire. We're talking about this all-star bid for weeks. He's starting to solidify it. What a win by the Boston Red Sox. What you did was you took a loss off the board. This was a loss down 6-2 in the seventh inning. Actually going into the eighth. And the Boston Red Sox with a huge win here at Fenway Park. And finally winning the first game of a homestand for the first time this year.
It took all of that and so many heroes up and down. Just an exclamation point from Jarren Duran, but Lou, the entire club contributed to that win. Kenley pitches for a third straight day. Tyler Heineman, Cedar Rafaela defensively. Romy Gonzalez, the game-tying hit. Rafaela and Duran in the ninth. And there is major magic around this ball club right now.
Well, that's the biggest thing right now. It's coming from everywhere. You know, whether it's the kids and the athleticism or it's the power of Devers and O'Neill, you're starting to see it from everyone. And it's been a lot of great wins, Will, the last couple of weeks, but I got to say, this is one of the better ones we've seen in a while.
Top of the pile for me. That is just as cool as it gets after they give up the 3-run homer to Vladdy. They come all the way back And that is a signature win for the Red Sox, who now.
Very cool. I mean, it's almost like, we're not going to get catch up from Lou and Will tonight, but that's just as good,
Yeah,
Like
that hit similarly than their catch up. Yeah.
You got the call. You got the complete overview of what that game was, who contributed, the big picture, where they've been, where they're at now. That was a fun night. And I think they didn't like outright say it, but they pretty much said like that was the game of the year.
Yeah, I mean, the more I think about it, I don't know how the hell this could be topped. Like, you're down by 4 runs in the 8th inning and come back to win, and you didn't need extras to do it, scoring 5 runs in the last 2 innings. So, this has to be
And we don't have a walk-off homer this year, right?
No. They got some walk-offs, but I think they're normally just singles. And it's also just like, it's the way that it all went down. The fact that Campbell comes in and it's like, hey, dude, we just need 1 out. Let's keep this thing closed. And then, oh my God, what just happened? Like, it felt like you just got blindsided or something by what he did there during just getting 1 friggin' out. And the Red Sox I just can't believe, like, it's still June. The fact that we're at this point and it's late June and they've immediately kind of been able to change their mentality and change like the boo-hoo, poor us, guys are getting hurt and looks like we're going to lose this one. Like, that's just not who they are anymore. And there's no chance I saw this coming. I know a little further down, I had mentioned how we react maybe to the first. What's up?
Are you looking ahead?
No. I was just saying a note, maybe a little down the road, is our thoughts on the first half of the season, because they're basically exactly halfway through the year. And this is a game that I just can't. I'm honestly still kind of stunned game 1 even happened. I'm stunned that it went down the way that it did. And it's really too perfect that Jarren gets the walk-off there and finishes it off. By the way, Jerry.
The catch.
Oh, incredible.
Fucking crashed into the cage that separates Fenway Park from the bleacher bar.
Which is like the roughest land ever. Landing on that. Oof. Yeah.
Like, it's either Fenway Park with all the fucking cages out there and brick walls, and then Wrigley, where it's like you just dive into a literal brick wall.
Yeah, you would think that like bleacher bar is really just for, because I think they closed the gate, like they almost like put the door down during the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you can sit there and you can watch, but it's still a metal gate.
It is a metal gate. Yeah, you'd almost figure that they could have a little more of a padding set up there instead of like, you're just gonna slam into a metal wall here.
Yeah, it's like a fucking Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But
yeah, what was your favorite Hell in a Cell match of all time?
All of them. The thing with Duran.
Don't change the subject. I'm genuinely curious.
What were you saying?
Your favorite Hell in a Cell match of all time. I mean, there's not. It's like there's some all time great. There's been a lot of them, but I would say like in terms of like the best of all time, you probably have like 3 to pick from.
Yeah,
I would say
I'm gonna go top 3. I mean, Batista versus Triple H. I think Vengeance 05.
Okay.
That's
an obscure one. I don't know that a lot of people are picking that one, but
yeah, I know. But
but you love Batista.
I kind of get the sport better than most. I would say Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, Bad Blood 97.
That was the original. That was the first one ever. That was when Kane debuted.
Exactly. Yeah. It was.
Some people do call that one the best.
Yeah. Michaels was the cowardly heel, trapped like a rat in a cage when he entered Hell in a Cell to square off with the Undertaker in the main event.
Mm-hmm.
But the match, as you would probably know, the first of its kind, like you just mentioned, was the result of a truly chaotic and crazy match between the 2 superstars at In Your House Ground Zero in September. So there was just a lot.
Yeah, they had a great feud.
Of course. And then my last one, honestly, and I could go on for a while, but I'll just wrap it here. Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. No Mercy 02.
Yeah, that one. It was
no,
bloody.
I know what you're going to say. Don't even say it. Don't even say it. I agree with everything you were just about to say.
Yeah.
I just think that it was different, and it
was
offered
different.
something. Yeah, exactly. It offered something that I didn't expect. Like there was blood pouring out. Yeah. So,
but you're not even gonna say like the all-time classic Hell in a Cell match?
No, I left that for you.
I mean, you know what it is.
Yes, I obviously do. But you haven't said anything yet, so I'm starting to think, do you even know what it is?
Right, yeah. There's like a couple other ones I would name. Obviously, Undertaker versus Mankind at King of the Ring. 98 was the all-time. I mean, people will either say Bad Blood 97 or they'll say King of the Ring 98.
Yep.
But then other than that, Triple H versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania 28. That was the end of an era match, which it wasn't really like a great Hell in a Cell match so much as it was a great match that took place in Hell in a Cell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Those are different, but I hear what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Batista, Undertaker, 07. Like, you can go on for a while, but the thing with Duran that I think caught my eye after the game ended is this dude has leaps, dude. He can jump. How the hell did he get that high? You see those photos?
I did. He posted them himself.
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell is this? I honestly thought it was like photoshopped at first. The dude's got springs.
You think a dude that can run faster than anyone else on the team can't jump high? That's all explosiveness.
No, but that was like high. That was way higher. He got way up there.
How high do you think you can jump?
That I can jump?
Mm-hmm.
Not that high. I don't. I mean, like 1.5 feet. I can't jump that high.
Okay.
I can't dunk. Yeah.
That's what a waste of being tall, huh?
No, I know, but at least I'm not short. I'm not saying you're short. I'm really just saying, like, for short people.
Right.
I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just glad I'm not short.
I don't take offense because I'm not short.
No, I know. I agree.
Thanks.
Cool photos, by the way. Good job. Good job,
That's
Jarren.
Billy?
Billy, yeah. Billy.
Yeah.
Billy gets
What
great
did you
shots.
say?
Well, Jarren, I'm just saying, like, he posted good shots. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Red Sox win 7-6.
Jake, where are we at on time?
Probably 40.
51.
Ooh, okay. Bless you.
I sneezed.
The old 51-minute sneeze. Yep.
Yeah, so we no clean 40, unfortunately, Steve.
It's gonna happen one of these times.
We almost had it.
Until we didn't.
I mean, if it was gonna happen, it was gonna be on a night where Coley wasn't here, Tyler wasn't here. It was a 2-game series.
I mean, a game got rained out. Like, this is literally the perfect scenario for a clean 40.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
it's too bad.
Yeah.
Alt cast. Yeah, game of the year. Game of the year so far.
100%. Oh, one thing I want to say real quick about game one, just on the tail end here. Cora called that the best atmosphere at Fenway since 2021.
Yeah.
And we love Alex Cora. It's a very pro Alex Cora podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But he had comments a few weeks ago that were kind of sort of calling the fans out. And, you know, he was being asked a question about alternate, you know, other fan bases coming to Fenway and kind of taking over the crowd. And I know how you feel about that. It's just really not that complicated an equation. Like, if the team's playing good ball and it's summertime, all the kids are out, and you got something like the Celtics at the game, it's going to be a good crowd. Like, it's never, I don't think, and the Blue Jays, it's not like Blue Jays fans are taking over Fenway. So that kind of led to a really good
last year
atmosphere. Yeah. Not as, I mean, this Jays team sucks, but
yeah,
I don't disagree with Cora often, but I think he was kind of insinuating like, all right, well, that's what I'm talking. It is a classic, like, if you build it, they will come. Like, if you're worthy of the place going nuts, then that's what's going to happen.
He also acknowledged, though, he was like, well, we've sucked the last, he like almost verbatim. He was like, we've sucked the last couple of years, so I can't say I blame him. Like, he did say that.
But he'll almost throw that in there as if that's not the reason for the initial way he described it. Like, he'll describe it as if, like, hey, we got to be better, guys. And then say, like, hey, I know we've sucked. And it's like, well, that's why. That's why the place isn't going nuts. And like, obviously, a lot of it's not you, AC. It's the front office. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't think people are like, oh, we're not showing up. Like, we're not backing Cora. Like, I think a lot of people back Cora. But yeah, I just saw that and was just thinking, like, that's what happens when you're playing good ball. Place is going to be rowdy, and, you know, glad that they got to see a walk-off.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good game. Fun night.
It was a good. Yep.
It was a good.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie Lynn was there.
Freddie Lynn.
Freddie Lynn.
Oh, we got to play that.
Commercial?
Absolutely. It's a classic.
You guys had him on your little podcast over there?
Yeah, he was on ITM. Well, we had the, what was the thing? Hashtag 2 new knees. He had tweets about his new knees, and that's like the funniest. Oh, I loved everything about that. He is just a positive guy. He loves living. Freddie Lynn.
Hey, Freddie Lynn.
Where is this commercial?
I don't know. I just searched Fred Lynn commercial on YouTube and it didn't come up.
No, same. There's a
That's not
jingle
good.
and everything. What is it called?
I don't know. Was it for like a shaving thing?
I think I found it.
Where'd you find it?
I found it on Instagram. What the hell?
The
Can you
fuck?
play reels on the old soundboard?
I can do whatever the fuck I want on the soundboard, dude.
I figured. I
Oh,
just
here it
texted
is.
it.
I got it right now.
Hey, Freddie Lynn. Know what kind of
Oh,
fragrance
shit.
a woman really likes on a man?
Something manly and fresh.
For his face, for his body.
Something that lasts all day.
Aqua Velva's great musk. It lasts from dawn until dusk.
Musk from Aqua Velva, the extra strength lotion with a fragrance that lasts all day.
Aqua Velva's great musk. It's so manly and fresh all day. There's something about an Aqua Velva man.
I always wanted to ask Fred Lynn, like, you ever get with one of them two girls there? I mean, this has got to be like in the middle of the 70s, right?
I
don't
think it's
know if he
around
was-
his like MVP year.
Yeah, I don't know if he was married or not back then. So, but if he was single, I got to be like, hey, Freddie, come on. Like that. Like if you watch the end of that commercial, like one of the girls, like they're singing the song. And then like at the end, she like puts her head on his chest. And it's like, oh, you dog, Freddie. You a dog.
Well, oh, dude, they're all over.
That's
I
what I'm
almost-
saying.
I almost forgot at the end of this ad. Everyone's very close. Everyone
Yeah,
is
and then you-
there's
then
an
you look
embrace.
at it. You look at it and you're like, that girl's pretty hot. And then you realize she's got to be pushing 70 right now. For real.
Well, she's probably how old would she be in this? She's
Fred
probably, like-
Lynn is 72. So you're like, damn, like that girl got an Insta, and it's like she's 70. She retired. She's been retired.
Freddie Lynn's trying to find her IG right now. Like, where is that girl? Also,
Fred
can we play it
Lynn-
again? Can we play it again? The jingle
Yeah.
goes a little too long. Like they gotta tighten that jingle up a little bit.
They were just singing a goddamn song.
I was gonna
by the
say
end.
maybe you should get suspended because you played something over it, but it's all right. It's
Well, I mean, I got fat fingers. I like, you know, the buttons are all close together.
Hey, Freddie Lynn. Know what kind of fragrance
Hey,
a woman
Freddie Lynn.
really
That gets
likes
me
on a
every time.
man?
Something manly and fresh.
For his face, for his body.
Something that lasts all day.
Aqua Velva's great musk. It lasts from dawn until dusk.
Musk from Aqua Velva, the extra strength lotion with a fragrance that lasts all day.
Aqua Velva's great musk. It's so manly and fresh all day. There's something about an Aqua Velva man.
I mean, at the end of that commercial, they're just like, cut the camera because we're about to double team Freddie Lynn right now. If you just search Fred Lynn commercial on Twitter, you'll find it. If you want to see the visual.
Oh man.
I mean, I gotta ask him. I'm
Hey,
gonna
there-
ask him off the record. I'm gonna be like,
He's
between
not
me
gonna,
and
I
you.
don't think he's gonna want to answer that, but
I don't know. He might. When you're like 70, so he's 72, be like, yeah, dude, like I'll tell you about the fucking mid 70s. Why not?
yeah.
I'd love
Do
to
you-
know.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I'd be like,
I hear
you had him on your fucking podcast and you didn't ask him about that commercial?
No, I don't think. Well, we were talking about hashtag 2 new knees. He had new knees.
Oh,
dude.
yeah, that was super important. Definitely not the fucking commercial that we talked about for 3 years.
Yeah. Well, saving it for us to talk to him about, obviously.
Yeah, okay. It's a good spin.
Thank you.
I think he will answer the question.
I'm gonna say he won't. I'm gonna say he goes, oh, he'll do one of those where it's like.
Well, I'm
kinda
not
like,
gonna.
yeah,
I'm not gonna ask him on the podcast.
No,
I'm gonna be like,
I know.
hey, Fred
I'm just saying
Lynn,
in person. I think that's gonna be his reaction.
No.
You're gonna say, did you hook up with the girls in the commercial? You're gonna ask 72-year-old Freddie Lynn that?
Yes. Yes.
He's not answering that.
Fred Lynn and I have a special relationship. You didn't.
I'm not
play.
downgrading that. I'm not downgrading that.
Me and Fred Lynn, we played in the old time baseball game last summer. Well, he didn't play, but he was there.
Mhm.
And by the way, because I played in that game 3 or 4 times, and I not last year. Fucking Steve wasn't there last year, but there was one year where he showed up to video me striking out. Wasn't there to see me
Multiple
rip a
years
base hit up the
that
middle.
I did that. Yeah.
Yep. So I was like, all right. Steve Buckley texted me today. He's like, you doing the old time baseball game? It's in August. I think it's August 22nd. And he's like, Red Sox aren't playing. No excuse. And I was like, you're right. No excuse. for me or for Steve or for Coley or for Tyler. I was like, if I'm playing, we're all playing. So, and I was shocked. I thought that there was going to be more resistance from the group, but everyone was like, oh yeah, this will be fun. Even Steve, who's definitely going to strike out. Steve was like, oh, this is awesome. I've been waiting for this opportunity. You could have played any fucking year you wanted.
How long
you could have played any year you wanted.
We've done like 400 episodes together. I never got the invite. I never got the invite.
He's been on the podcast almost every year for the last 8 years to promote the old time baseball game. You easily could have been like, hey, Buck, when gonna be my time?
I feel like, I mean, you know Buck better than me, but I know him pretty well. Like I've seen him at the park. We say hi to each other. I kind of thought I'd get the invite by now. I'm just saying, but I'm excited to get it.
You got it this year.
Excited.
You got it this year. I got to send you guys the form. You got to fill out a registration form. My manager, Skip, Dan, he texted me today. He's like, you got to get your guys to fill out this form. And I was, first he said, you guys got to fill out this form. And I said, does Manny Ramirez have to fill out a registration form to play for the Red Sox? I was like, what the fuck is this? And he's like, you're right. He's like, they have to fill out the form though. And I was like, okay. So you guys have to fill out the form, not me.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
I tweeted out the clip.
The Freddie Lynn one?
Yeah, just so anyone that doesn't know, I mean, it's kind of an old Section 10 thing. It was probably from 2019 that we talked about this. So just bring it back
Freddie Lynn.
Up. Hey, Freddie Lynn.
Hey, would you get a look at these titties, Freddie Lynn?
Freddie Lynn. Can you play the start again? Hey, Freddie Lynn gets me.
Freddie Lynn. Know what kind of fragrance... Hey, Freddie Lynn. Know what kind of fragrance a woman really likes on a man.
Oh, my God. Freddie Lynn was a dog.
What an opener. Really likes on a man.
On a man.
Like, whoa.
Freddie Lynn, don't you fucking know, Freddie Lynn?
Hey, Freddie Lynn. Know what kind of fragrance a woman really likes on a man.
He's like, why don't you tell me, girl? Why don't you
fragrance?
Hey, why don't you go get your brunette friend over there, bring her down. You guys tell me what kind of musk you guys digging these days.
I had no idea what the fragrance is. How about you inform me? How about
Freddie,
you let me
I feel
know
like
here?
Freddie Lynn has aged tremendously. You would never
great.
know he's 72 years old.
He looks great. He's super active with his new knees. He is living life.
Mm-hmm.
Credit to him.
Credit to him.
Red Sox win 7-6.
Red Sox win 7-6. I'd love to share a Blue Moon with Freddie Lynn.
Of course.
Because some beers can say that they're brewed for baseball, but only Blue Moon is brewed by baseball. Beer and baseball, they just go together. No beer goes better than the one that was literally born in a ballpark. Blue Moon was created at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. It's the natural choice for opening day and all season long. Jake, if you could pick one Red Sox legend to share a Blue Moon with, who would you select?
Probably Freddie Lynn right after he finishes hooking up with those models from the commercial.
There's just no way he's going to answer the question. I just don't think he's going to answer it.
I'm not going to put the Stevie P guarantee on it, but I don't think he might be like, he might tell us without telling us. I might be like, Freddie, come on.
Like a head nod type of deal. Like, what do you
I'd be
think?
like, Freddie, this commercial, well, what happened that day? And he'd be like, oh, shit, You don't know. You don't know. From its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander, Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale is a one-of-a-kind beer that's made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full-flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Blue Moon was brewed by baseball to give you a dose of nostalgia and get you excited for the new season. Why strike out with the same old beer when you can get something that's one of a kind? Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience that is perfect for spring weather. Best served with its signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful hazy color. A beer this good only comes around once in a blue moon, but you can enjoy it all season long. Bring the ballpark to you with Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale. It's a one-of-a-kind every time. Get Blue Moon delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. To see your delivery options, that is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Okay, so last night, it is Altcast time. Unobstructed Views on Nessun Plus. I know a lot of people were asking, I'm out of market. Can I get it? The answer for right now is no. Unfortunately, you can't. They're like, I have MLB TV. Does that mean that I can get it? No. You need Nessun Plus. You need the Nessun 360 app, and you can access Nessun Plus that way, or you need a regular cable provider with Nessun Plus. That's how you get it. It sucks for right now, but it's kind of only in market. I believe we're hoping to change that in the future, but as of right now, in market only. So I show up in the green room, and Papelbon, again, people have to remember, I've only met him in passing twice.
I assume that you guys had like hung out before.
No.
Yeah.
No, I met him on the field last year when the A's were in town. He came over to say what's up to Dallas. And then there was one other time. It was either this year or last year. I can't remember. It was either this year or last year, but I was doing, I want to say it must have been last year because I think it was when I was doing like the Jimmy Fund thing for Nesson, and I was in the Wasabi studio at Fenway, and I came out and Pap was taking over for me, and he was just like, "What's up, man?" And that was it. Like, we've never really had a conversation in person. And I got an answer to the question that we've been wondering for quite some time. Is that really you on all of your tweets? Like, do you must have a guy. I was like, that's not always you. Like, you definitely have someone sending tweets out on your behalf. He's like, that's all me. That's all me. He's like, every tweet I've ever.
Him. I'm surprised you thought that was someone else. I really am. Because it sounds like him. Like, the stuff that he was tweeting about Verdugo, I'm like, he's posting this.
I guess.
He's got some
like
people
some
he
of
hates.
the stuff.
Pap
just
hates people. Pap, like,
he does.
I'm not saying all people, but I'm saying he's got a list. Like, that is for sure. And I got to give him credit. I like that he, like, as the kids, he stands on business. He's like, I'm going to tell you who I hate. And if they have something to say about it, like, whatever, I'm saying it publicly.
Yeah, he definitely stands on business. And I thought he either had someone sending some of his tweets or like someone being like, this would really pop if you said this. But it's just him.
No one tells Pat what to do, like ever.
So he walks into the green room and he's like, hey, man, to start this off on the right foot, I brought you a gift from my boy. And I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, a gift from Papelbon. That's awesome. And he hands me a book. The book is called How to Live with a Huge Penis. Advice, meditations, and wisdom for men who have too much.
Oh, you could have given me 1,000 guesses at what this book was titled. Wow.
How to live with a huge penis.
What was your reaction? What was?
I was like, finally.
I've been looking for this for
I've
so
been
long.
Struggling for 30
in silence. Yeah, you haven't been able
years.
to talk about this because it's obviously a big deal.
It was. I was like, finally, I don't have to suffer in silence anymore. I was flattered. So I'm gonna read this.
Can you put that up to the camera? I want to get a better look at that. That's hilarious. Who is it by?
Dr. Richard Jacob and Reverend Owen Thomas.
Oh, Owen's got some really good stuff. Yeah.
I should have had him sign this.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You still can. Bring it back.
Yeah. He'll be on episode 3 of Unobstructed Views on Nesson Plus.
You think that's something that's like borderline could mention it on the broadcast? If we're trying to get that kind of, you're trying to get that vibe going on the altcast. I don't think you can. I don't think you can, but I'm saying it's not far from like things that could play for an altcast.
Yeah, so we're trying to find out where the line is. A lot of us don't know. Like I said before, we were told we can only say shit 3 times. We said it like 15 times.
At least.
Like, did you watch the end of the game?
I watched the whole thing. You guys were awesome. And I'm not just like sucking up. I thought the broadcast, for the first time you're doing it, and all the factors trying to figure out. I know the layout there. Like, I know it can get a little tricky in the production room, people doing things for the first time. It was really, really smooth, honestly. The only thing that sucked was the game.
The only thing that sucked was the game. But I mean, I thought we had 3 shits to give, and Pap used up 5 in like the first 2 innings. So I was like, do I not even? I want to get a shit in here. But then, like,
shit.
I think I literally, that's what I did, was like, I think Duran struck out to end the game, and I was like, shit, Red Sox lose 9-4. That's
This sounded
the
like a
game.
kid that's like never sworn before but wants to like hang out. Like,
Yeah, I just want to
man,
drop
that
one.
shit sucks.
Yeah. Just had to get it out there. But I thought it was I usually don't feel super great about stuff that's like out of my comfort zone, and like not that was out of my comfort zone really. I mean, it was basically just a podcast where we talked about the game when the situation called for it. I was probably nervous for the first 2.5 minutes, and then after that, I was just like, yeah, we're just doing a podcast in a room where we can't even see other people besides Matt Clement, who is one of the Nesson employees who was doing our like statistical research, and he was drawing up the Twitter questions when we got them. Like, you know, it was cool. It was a cool dynamic. The feedback was overwhelmingly positive, which I was blown away by. Did not expect that. I think if we had done what we did for the alt cast, and if it was on Nesson and that was the only option, it would have been 50-50, maybe even 60-40 complaints, because you know, when I was
from the older audience, it's just
when I did the 6th inning on Monday, it was a lot of just casual chatter instead of like doing play-by-play and color. And after that, I got like a bunch of tweets of people being like, do you guys ever shut the fuck up? Like, talk about, like, I want to hear about the game. Talk about the game.
I think I chirped you too, so I was part of that crew.
Yeah, you were part of that crew. But like, even like name dropping, it's kind of like you want to sound like you want to have material. Like, you want to like have like a funny story so that people don't hate you, because I already know we're having a conversation that's pissing people off that just want to hear about the game. Mm-hmm. So the least you can do is tell a funny story and like have like a moment where people are like, oh, that was funny. Anyways, like, fuck this guy. I hope he jumps off the monster.
What happened?
Nothing happened, but we did have to sign NDAs.
You actually had to sign NDAs? Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know if you were just saying that for it to sound like crazy, like something wild happened.
No, like when we showed up there, this was right after he broke up with J-Lo, and her name was still on like the NDA. So like being on his property, you just have to like sign an NDA just to be there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that was like a J-Lo thing, or I mean, it feels like it could easily also be an A-Rod thing, but
that could easily be both of them. That's a coin flip.
Yeah, like you couldn't talk about like either of the I don't know. Like nothing happened. We just literally went there, did the interview, and left. But I don't know what there was that we couldn't discuss.
How about Pap thinking that Joe West might be dead?
Yeah.
Is he still alive? I'm like, well, I have an announcement coming up that I would hope involves him being alive. Like, he's not alive, then this doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah. I mean, Pap was great. I mean, he towed the line. He knew where the line was. We pushed the envelope on a few topics, brought it back in, had to reel him back in for like only a couple times, but it was a good back and forth. I had to, I guess, deal with this earlier in my career when I first started doing Starting Nine, the digital show with Brian Wilson and Dallas.
Right.
Getting the respect of the former player that kind of came from that hard-nosed time period in baseball. Not so much Dallas. I mean, like, you know, Dallas and he would acknowledge this as well. Like, we definitely butted heads in the beginning because there was that, like, who the fuck are you? Who do you think you are? Like, dynamic of like, I'm the former player and you're not. But, you know, I definitely have Dallas's respect now. But in the beginning with Brian Wilson, because Brian Wilson and Dallas Braden were best friends. They were never teammates. I think they might have been teammates in Mexico or something. I can't remember. But they weren't teammates in the big leagues, but they were best friends. So they're doing it together. They're having buddy best friend time, like on camera. And then I think the dynamic in the beginning with Brian Wilson was like, well, who the fuck is this geek? Yeah, steer the traffic. Like, you're the guy that just like lets us talk. Like, you just prompt us to speak and then shut the fuck up. But so it took time to get Brian Wilson's respect. So I was going into this not having worked with Pap, thinking, is it going to be like that again, where I have to earn his respect? Do I have it, a little bit of it yet? Because he follows me on Twitter and he at least like sees that I'm doing stuff. But there was nothing like that. There was nothing like he was leaning into it. Like, we were trading comments back and forth, and we were having baseball discussions. We were telling stories. We were making jokes. I thought it was a nice blend of a little bit of everything, because even when like moments would pop up during the game, like, so we don't hear OB and Uke and Millar. Like, we are the broadcast. We're seeing their broadcast. We don't have our own visually. So like,
seems like the screen was not like you needed a bigger screen. That did seem to be something where you're trying to just watch the game and you can
only when
see
it was like the game was on and then they were doing the wide shot of us.
Right.
That's when it was like too small. But when it was just like the two boxes on the side, it was fine.
You just need I feel like for the next one, you guys need the feed, like the game feed that doesn't switch to the cameras. I'm sure that's possible.
Yeah. But that moment where Willier throws the ball into the stands and the umpires come out and we don't hear the game broadcast. So there's no one explaining to us what's going on. Like, so I had to just be like, I think that they're discussing if they're going to place the runner on third base instead of leave him at second. And then they ended up placing him on third base. I was like, fuck yeah. All right. There's a baseball guy knowledge broadcast moment. We like that. It's good to have those moments. So other than that, I mean, there's definitely going to be times where there's weird, funky things that happen during the game.
Whoa.
You know?
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
Wow. You're going there? I was going to let you have it. I just don't know if I've heard you say a hard F in years. Wow. Jake, you hear him say that on Redacted?
I don't think so. That was honestly pretty shocking.
That took me some time to realize, did he actually say that? That was crazy. Accountability, though. He's suspended. Welcome back, Jerry.
Sometimes there's just no other word to describe that.
It's a great word, but it's like so bad in terms of bad words.
Yeah. Like, I would never say that on the Altcast. You wouldn't be able to say that on TV.
You would never do the Altcast again.
No. No. So, yeah, there will be moments like that where things are happening and I'm going to have to like say to the producer, shout out JJ, be like, hey, can we bring up the volume on OB and Uke? Because I don't know what the fuck's going on right now. Maybe that moment happens. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe it's a moment like last night where I'm like, oh yeah, this is what's going on. I can explain this. Baseball guy, you know? But Pap was great. I don't know. I always think the worst of everything. So I'm just like, I don't know if people are going to like this. I don't know if Pap's going to like me. I don't know if we're going to click. But
you guys had a good
we had a great thing going.
Rhythm going, yeah.
Yeah. Like, we clicked, hit it off. He was great. The feedback was great. I was very happy about it.
The Jeter stuff was funny. The fact that you just kept trying to get back to Jeter, and then it was, all right, we got a hit in the gap. Anyway, Pap, what was that about Jeter?
Why? You fucking hate the guy or what?
But he'd start over every time. It's like...
In my head, I was like, this is going to be a great bit. Like, this is like the strip club story. Where I just forever am asking Pap why he hates Jeter, and he just never answers because something comes up.
Well, you go like, well, you know, man, like Verdugo really rubbed me the wrong. I'm like, we're talking Jeter, and then the Willier throw would happen. It's like, oh my god, look at that throw. It's like, all right, Pap, Jeter, like
Jeter,
what
man.
did you
hate
not
him.
like about him? You hated him. I don't want to say I hated him. I don't think it was ever that, but my swing and a drive, like it was. Yeah. That was a funny one, but I could see that you were in bit mode, but I don't know if Pap like goes into bit mode necessarily. I think he's always just Pap. Like
he's always Pap.
I think he's always Pap. Oh my god! For that next Altcast, if you could get Millsy, oh my goodness! What if you could get Petey?
Well,
let me tell you right now, that thing would be canceled immediately, but by the second inning, if you had Petey, oh my god. Petey, I couldn't even tell you what he said. In 07, he said something that I would never repeat. Oh, he's a dog. I just think the whole thing was really smooth. You kind of sort of promoted 310 to left a little bit, sort of. I think you avoided it, but you kind of sort of promoted it a little bit.
How did I do that?
I think you said 310 to left. I think you kind of said it.
Yeah, I threw it out there. Because I knew Tyler was watching. I had to give him something.
Okay, so you did it
to
for
get
him.
excited
Shout out
about,
to
yeah.
George, by the way. I love George. He's been a friend of George for a little bit.
Man,
he's
I gotta give a shout out to George too, because he was totally cool about me not knowing how to fucking say his last name. I was like,
it's a tough name. I don't know.
I was like, please don't take this as disrespect. Like I could say it over and over again, and it's just not gonna click. Like it's a hard one.
Yeah. How do you know how to say it? Can you say it right now?
Balekji.
I mean, it looks tough. It looks like it could be 5 different things.
The fact that I just got that right now is fucking crazy.
That is impressive. I didn't know he's a
Balekji.
Yankees guy. What the hell's up with that? He's
I
a
think
Yankee
he was born
fan?
in Jersey or something like that, right?
I guess. It just sucks when like you didn't know someone. I feel deceived.
Dude,
like I've been friends with him for 4 years.
That's twice in like the last not even week. Like, we went to NASCAR and we interview Brad Keselowski. That's a tough name. And I'm sitting there and I introduce him, and then I'm asking him a question. But then while he's answering the question, I'm like, Keselowski. And for 10 minutes, I'm doing that. And I'm like, Coley, what do you got? Steve, Tyler's got a question. Tyler, what's up? Keselowski. And then I see the guy be like, all right, wrap it up. And I'm like, all right, thanks to Brad Keselowski for making the time, man. Thank you, brother. And I mean, he's fucking huge in the NASCAR world, but like, I don't do NASCAR. So I don't want to disrespect these people. Like they're like, cause I know what that feels like. I remember the first time that I went on Comcast Sportsnet New England with Felger, and Felger is fucking sitting there being like, all right, we got Jason Carabas here. It's like, so I know what it's like to be like, this is a big moment for me. And this dude doesn't even know my name. I know what that feels like. That sucks. And it's nothing against George. It's a fucking hard last name. If he was, and I said, I was like, if it was George Smith, I would remember that shit. No doubt. But
name stuff sticks with you. Like if you mess somebody's name, I messed up my buddy's girlfriend's name. This was, 12 years ago. I still get embarrassment thinking about it.
Her last name or her first name?
What's up her first name?
How the fuck do you fuck up her
I
first
said his ex's name.
Oh, Steven.
His ex's name was Kelly, and he was now with a Jennifer. And I said Kelly.
Oh,
and she goes,
no.
That's not my name. And I go, yeah, it is. I go,
yeah, it is, you dumb bitch.
Which is like the dumbest thing you could say there.
What are you, stupid?
That is your name, moron. Like, no, it's not my name. It's Jennifer. Wow. And we were going to a concert. We're going to a Drake Lil Wayne concert. And so then we had to do that.
I wouldn't be going after that. I'd be like, I'm throwing myself through this window, and I don't care what happens on the other side.
You just don't forget that stuff. I remember we went on a family Bermuda trip in 2010, and one of our like cousins called my brother Brayan Dan, and I still haven't forgotten it. I felt terrible for him. But these are little things. I could tell by your tone, and this was bad. It's just because I know you. He can't tell this, that you were making sure you weren't saying it wrong. You're like, Brad Keselowski, that's our guy, and we are wrapping this up because I just said it right, and I don't want to have a chance of saying it wrong.
BK.
Oh, my man. I've been watching you race that track for so long. But
and that's what happened with George last night. I was like,
I know.
Just Balekji.
So, couple quick takeaways. Who's picking out the tweets that you guys read? Is that Matt?
It was either Matt or JJ, but after we were done, Pap was out of there. We took a picture because I wanted to add it to the wall of fame. That's going to be cool.
Nice.
First ever alt cast. Want to have that moment. But we did like a little wrap up conversation, and they were very happy with how it went. I was too. I was shocked, whatever. And they said, like it'll be more authentic and organic because I was putting my phone face down while I was on. I was only checking my phone during the breaks. Like I wasn't like live tweeting. So when we did test shows, I was tweeting highlights while we were doing the test shows. It was we did a test show for that first Phillies game when Schwarber hit the 2 home runs. Like I was doing the alt cast for that with Lenny. And then I can't remember who they were playing. It was last Friday. Who did they play last Friday?
The Reds.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
All right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was the Friday Reds game. So I was live tweeting like I always do, and then they were pulling up my tweets to show on the altcast. And I kind of just like did like when I'm next to Pap, I don't want to be like, hold on, Pap, 1 second. I gotta
look at my
Raffy,
stuff.
Yeah, big scoops, ding dong. But I think you kind of have to do that, right? Like I gotta live tweet the game, and then it incorporates my tweet onto the TV, which is good. You know, if there's people watching and they don't follow, then it's like, all right, well, yeah, follow on Twitter. But they were also saying, you know, when you ask for questions, you should be scrolling through your own mentions, and then you can read out. Like if you see a good one, be like, yeah, fucking Steve from Weymouth wants to know, like, why isn't Betty Teddy B bunting? And we can answer the question.
Well, I definitely have a beef with whoever picks the tweets because I thought my question was great. And
what was your question?
It was which Red Sox player, it was for both of you, which Sox player do you think deserves more credit for what they did here? And it easily had the most likes. Shout out to the listeners. And it just wasn't selected. I feel like that Isaiah Thomas clip where he's like, I feel like I qualified, but I just wasn't picked. It's just really sad, honestly. By the time we got to the ninth inning, they're like, we're gonna pick up. They're gonna show another tweet. I'm like, oh, this has to be mine. Okay, they've saved it for the last inning. They're gonna show it. And it was like Joe Dinkus. Like
Joe Dinkus.
Do you guys like the Red Sox? Like it was like
there were some questions that I like had to modify. It was like if you could take any player from another team in the AL East and put him on the Red Sox, who would it be? And I was like, all right, Pap, like take out Gunnar and take out Judge. Like it's just there were obvious answers to some of the questions that we did have to answer. But yeah, all right. So next week, Tuesday, it's Red Sox Marlins. Is it Marlins?
Should be, yeah.
You guys are gonna be there. I don't
excited.
Know if Coley's gonna be there. He didn't say no, right? Did he? Or no, I think he said he said there's a 99% chance that he's not going to be there.
Okay.
So that sounds
that
like
seems
he's not
close
gonna be
to
there.
no, yeah.
Yeah. But you, Tyler, Jake are going to be sitting where Matt Clement was, and we can like. I'm going to be leaning on you guys heavy. I'm going to be leaning on you guys heavy. We're going to be kicking it over to you guys constantly. Like it's not gonna be like, all right, yeah, you know, at the top of every 3 innings we're gonna send it over to Jake. It's like no, like I'm probably gonna be talking to you, and we're gonna take questions, pass the ball, everyone's gonna get their shine. But yeah, it'll be a little bit different from the Pap alternate broadcast. But I think what's cool is most of the feedback was what I was hoping it would be, and that's, you know, it was a shit game, 9-4, and it was kind of over early because Bello sucked. And I guess we can talk about that. We're not going to abandon that conversation. Bello sucked, and people were like, well, I'm still drawn into the broadcast. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, game's over in the second inning, I'm going to shut this off. People still watch because of the stories and the guests and the bits and whatever. That's what we're hoping to do. You know, we're still going to put on a show even if the Red Sox don't.
Well, it's the hangout effect. I think once the game was over, I mean, I was watching you guys the whole time. I didn't have the other broadcast on. Once it was over, what inning would that have been? I mean, this thing blew up in the third inning. He gave up 7 in the third inning. It was like, okay, well, at least for the next 6 innings, like there's probably going to be some funny stuff on here. Like, I think that's, and obviously when we're in there next week, getting Section 10 in the studio, I think that's obviously going to help, do some of our typical stuff there. They're off on Monday, so I think I'm just going to be prepping, just looking in the mirror, just being, that's right, Jared. Like I'm going to be accepting tosses.
That's a great point, Jared.
Oh my
Very
God,
smart.
absolutely. And I'm just going to add something real quick. Like I'm going to be prepping that, so I just really want to be locked in and make sure I use that entire day.
What are you going to wear?
I don't know. I've actually started to think about that. I'm wearing a hat, by the way. I'm just like a hat's okay. I just want to make sure that flies.
It's super cat. Pap was wearing a fucking Larry Bird jersey.
Yeah, he had a Bird jersey. Yeah, here, like a hat's gonna be a problem. Like Vafel's like ass was out in a Celtics jersey. Like I think
I don't see any reason why we couldn't be wearing Section 10 merch on.
I think that's what I was gonna do. The Section 10 shirt, the black shirt with the logo. Yeah, that's probably the move. I was gonna bring a wiffle ball bat too. The black wiffle ball bat. I might have that.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's what they want. That's what they want.
All right.
Like we have all this space behind us in the studio. and they were like, why don't we get like a putting green? Like, why don't we get like a weight bench? They want the dong gong.
We should be doing like games and stuff during it. Yeah, I think that's
they want the dong gong there. And I was like, well, we're gonna have to get our own for the studio because this thing, I'm not traveling back and forth. It's huge. But yeah, like let's do that.
I like that. Can we like place bets like during the game? Like, can we just do some like bet game? All right, yeah.
I'm pretty sure we can. Yeah.
I'll
the only thing we were told was like we can't dip on the broadcast.
Damn it, I love dipping, so that sucks.
Yeah, me and Pap were like, can we throw one in for the boys? And they're like, it was kind of like, yeah, but no, like you can't like spit like that. You can't like, I don't know, you can't. I don't think we can drink, and we can't.
You can
it's
just
like
swallow
no alcohol,
dips.
no tobacco.
You can just chug dips if you like
puking
send it
into a
down.
bucket. Just puking up.
You guys are just throwing up the whole broadcast. Like,
yeah.
3-run bomb. What do you think of that, Pap? That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Have not been back to Nesson since 2015. First time in 9 years. So
damn.
Big deal.
Yeah. People that know you as Pizza Steve still work there.
That's true. That's true. There's some lifers there. Nesson definitely produces some lifers.
Yeah.
And Pellerin. I think Pellerin's the only host that was there when I was there. That's still TC obviously.
TC is I know you'll understand this comparison, but Michael Cole, broadcaster for WWE, Monday Night Raw, he's been there forever, and he kind of just became this like super professional, never broke character broadcaster for WWE who we didn't know who he was outside of his character or anything like that. And then Pat McAfee comes along and he clicks right away with Michael Cole, and he gets Michael Cole to let his hair down and come out of his shell, and we get to see who Michael Cole the person is outside of his on-screen character. This recent wave of like new Nesson talent, I feel like has brought out the new TC. I think being involved with the Clark's Ketchup Series MVP voting, being a guest in the offseason, working with Pap, working with Marrero, Pap getting Jim Rice to loosen up and be more of just like Jim Rice. It's all been cool to like see it unfold. I feel like everyone is kind of starting to let their hair down, and even more so now with the alt cast, like getting TC on and Marrero is like guests, like they're over at Wasabi and we're just like shooting the shit with them. It's just like not what you would normally see. Like it's cool.
The very specific thing I noticed, not just on the Monster broadcast, but the alt cast as well, is the lean back effect. There was a lot of this going on. A lot of like, all right, socks down. What are we going to talk about, guys? What do you want to do? Which is important. I feel like, we've talked about the Nesson broadcast before, and you got to loosen up. You got to loosen up. Like I've mentioned Millar and his words per minute being all time and record breaking every single time he's in the booth. But hey, at least he lets it fly and keeps it loose. I know Papelbon does the same, and you guys captured that really well. Obviously, we'll try to do everything we can getting the Section 10 vibe in the studio, but for that being the first one that you guys did together, it didn't feel, nothing was forced, and it genuinely felt like it was who you guys are, which I just don't think everyone can do that. I think sometimes we got to give ourselves a little bit of credit. It's like, no, we've been really good at doing this for a while, like this form of talking about the team. And now, credit to Nesson, they've, kind of hopped on board, and that's a big deal. I honestly just even a couple years ago wouldn't have thought this was even a possibility. So it's really cool that it's here.
Yeah, and I do give credit to that new wave, like Uke, Middlebrooks,
Papelbon's a big part of it. Yeah.
Yep. Just like these guys that kind of like played when we were like in the prime of our fan. I'm not saying like we'd care less now, but I'm saying like growing up, these guys that have now since retired and getting into their broadcasting careers, like these are our guys. Like these guys are our age. So now we're getting like that crossover where like our generation is doing the Red Sox coverage now. It's fucking cool.
Yeah. Big time.
So yeah, sorry if you're out of market, but I'm gonna call it the Section 10 cast. Section 10 cast is on Tuesday. That's gonna be a big day.
That's gonna be in the history of this show. It's gonna be a big day, right?
It's gonna be a big day. God dang. God dang if that's not a big day. Jake, you nervous? You been on TV before?
Never been on TV, but I'm not nervous. I mean, we talk ball like this every night, so we're just doing it on SNL.
Yeah.
I am a little concerned for this alt cast that Jake won't shut the hell up. Like there is a scenario where he's just yapping and blabbing like he always freaking does. So just want to say, Jake, if you get going a little too much, you're gonna have to shut up. All right.
Yeah, we have the ability to shut his mic off. Yeah. What I do want clarification on is if someone hits a triple, are we allowed to make Tyler take his shirt off? I feel like yes.
Oh yeah. What's
right?
the problem with guy nipples on a broadcast? That's fine.
There shouldn't be. I mean, like if a guy hits a walk-off, they always rip the jersey and shirt off and he's shirtless. Like, how's that any different?
No, it's not different at all. I feel like some of the post games they've gotten guys' dicks before in the shot. So like we can obviously not intentionally that I like zooming in on like penises, but
is that
I think
is that a penis? Looks like a
is that a penis back there? Make sure you get that. Zoom in on that.
Zoom on the penis.
Let's lead the C block with that penis. No, I think Tyler can easily show his nips. That shouldn't be a problem at all.
Yeah. All right. Good to know. Brian Bello stunk. A lot of people are saying they pushed him, right? They've already announced like Winkowski's getting his next start and they're pushing Bello.
Yeah.
2 1/3, 5 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks, gave up a bomb, only strikeout 2, and he hit a guy. I'm not going to come down on him any more than I already have. You know, I think on the broadcast, the second that Valdez doesn't make that play, which he didn't get an error on, but it's not a gimme play, but like a good second baseman makes that play.
An average second baseman makes the play.
Yep. Didn't get an error on it, but should have made the play. And then Willier just fucking sails one into the stands, not even close to reaching Rafael Devers at third base. The second that, because there was an error before that, correct? Who made the error? Was it Dom Smith?
It was double, single. The only error in the inning, if I'm not mistaken, was Willie Abreu launching it into the third row.
Are you sure?
I'm
double,
pretty sure.
Single.
Throwing error.
Walk, double, ground out, homer. Did they give?
They didn't give Devers an error. They didn't give Valdez an error.
I thought there was a play where it should have been like an error on Dom Smith at first base. Anyways, doesn't matter. The plays should have been made that were not made, whether they were charged with an error or not. And the second that the bases get loaded, I'm like, he's not getting out of this. I know he's not getting out of this. Even if he's not spiking the glove or throwing the ball and spiking the ball on the ground, you could tell by his pace quickened. He was just humming it in there with no accuracy whatsoever. He wasn't even coming close to hitting his spots.
No.
But he wasn't in the zone. He was wildly missing his spots, and the pace was picking up because he's like irritated and frustrated. Like, give me the ball. Give me the ball. Fuck. Like that's what he was doing. So he was, instead of like throwing his glove or spiking the ball on the ground, it was like he was
internal yelling.
Yeah, he was throwing the baseball at the catcher, was like like a form of his temper tantrum this time. But that's a bad feeling as a fan when you just know, like, there's anytime, like, I'm not going to sit here and say that when a pitcher is in a bases loaded, nobody out situation, you feel good about it with certain guys. Like, you always know, like, fuck, man, like, I'm in trouble. But like Pap was saying, just get the ground ball. You throw a sinker, get the ground ball, get 2 outs, and we'll trade 2 outs for a run here. And hopefully you just bear down, get the next guy. We get out of this inning trailing 3-2. We came in up 2-0. We bear down, make a good pitch here, roll one over, get the double play. We get out of this inning 3-2, and then we're okay. We're in good shape. But it becomes a 7-run inning, and it's I'm not gonna. I guess I am gonna say, yeah, like I expected that. I totally expected a meltdown. And I'm also just like, I don't understand when people like when I like talk about Bello not being that good, the amount of people that refer to it as slander. Slander is not true. Like Bello has sucked. And like, oh yeah, he's coming back from an injury. It's like that was so long ago. Like his ERA is 5.5.
Yeah.
It's 5.5. He has not been good. How long are we going to use the injury for? Like that's no longer an excuse.
No. I mean, what's his ERA since coming off the IL? He came off the IL in early May. Like, come on. He's got a 7.05 ERA in his last 9 starts. You can't use the ERA thing anymore. And Jared, you alluded to it, but I don't normally like reading my own friggin' tweets, but I just think this is exactly what my thoughts are on it, where every Bello start, there comes a time, like right now, it was right before the blow-up, where it feels like he could be on the verge of giving up 7 runs in a 3-minute span. And that's exactly what he did. He gave up 7 runs basically in a 3-minute span, and it happens every start. The one in Toronto, I don't know how the hell he got out of that. Well, he got a double play by Justin Turner, and they only gave up 1 run that inning. But still, you always expect it to happen now. There's no scenario where you go into a Brayan Bello start and think, oh, okay, like maybe tonight. Like we're not even at that point, which sucks. Like we're not expecting him to be great. We just don't even expect that he's going to have a decent start anymore.
No.
Like there's not even a scenario going into these games where I'm like, oh, maybe he gives up 3 and 6. Like that would be a stellar start for him at this point. So I got to think the sirens are going off in the front office. Alex Cora always does a good job of taking care of his guys. He's saying the right stuff. Oh, you just got to throw strikes, this, that, and the third. I can promise you behind closed doors, they're like, what the hell is going on with this guy? Because, you know, the fact that they're moving his start back, that's a sign that you've lost some trust. And just everything that he's done has proven that you can't trust him, which sucks. Like you've said it before, I agree. We're not like rooting for him to fail. We don't want Brayan Bello to go out there and suck and be like, look, I told you he was going to be terrible. Like we want this guy to be one of the faces of the program. Like, we want this guy to be on the billboards, you know, tossing the ball up next to Devers and Casas. But he is so far from that right now.
Came back on May 12th, over a month ago. Like, come on.
It's a month and a half.
We're not using, like, oh, he just had an injury and he came back. No. In those 9 starts that Steve said, 7.05 ERA, opponents are hitting 306, a 394 on base, an 883 OPS. He's hit 5 guys. This is in 9 starts. He's hit 5 guys, given up 7 homers. He's walked 22 batters in 44 and 2/3 innings. He's given up 55 hits in 44 and 2/3 innings. 36 runs, 35 of them earned. Struck out 38 batters compared to 22 walks. He's been fucking awful. Awful. And yet, every time I like to point it out, I'm like, hey, man, like, this isn't going well. People are like, why do you hate him? Why do you hate him? Like, I don't hate him. It's
Is that quieting down a little bit at least? Is that at least
like,
quieting down a little bit at this point? It has to be. The amount
I don't
of people
know,
are
because
like, what's up with
was,
this? It's like he's sucked. We don't go out of our way to rip guys. He's been terrible.
First of all, I wasn't tweeting during his start, so like I didn't see anything that night. But I'm sure people will listen to this and be like, it's got to be something personal. It's like, no, it's the fact that he has a 7 ERA since he came back, and it's 9 starts, and he walks the world, and he hits guys, and he gives up homers, and he gives up a ton of hits. Like, it's just not good. Who is looking at this being like, you know, it's not that bad though. You know, the FIP's only 530.
He's really not terrible. What he's doing right now, what he's done in these last 9 starts, is like if you're playing the video game and you're in rookie mode, you're like, you know what? No, I'm ready. I can switch this to All-Star and I'm gonna be able to perform. Oh no, I'm not ready for that at all. I am not ready to perform at the highest level. I know I see a lot of people in the mentions saying, send him to Worcester. There was a time where I would have thought that's the craziest thing you could say. It's not a crazy thought anymore to try to get his head right. Pap had a funny line in your alt cast where it's again a line that no one's I think ever said in the history of the universe, but he goes, his name ain't Pico because he ain't the guy-o.
He ain't the guy-o. Yeah.
I was like, what the hell are you talking about? But in the best way possible. I love that line. I'm like, yeah, that is true. He ain't the guy-o right now. I think
he's not.
That's probably what Cora should say in the post game. Yeah, he's just not the guy-o, and we need him to be the guy-o. But
we don't call him Pico because he ain't the guy-o.
He ain't the guy-o, and he's far from the guy-o right now.
Yeah. It's like he was your opening day starter. You paid him. Rolled out the red carpet.
I don't care at this point, I don't care as much about the opening day starter thing.
I don't
anymore.
either. It's just it's more of just a reflection of what they thought of him at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't mean shit to me. Like, oh, you can't send. It's such a bad look to send down your opening day start. It's like very clearly, like Tanner Houck is not just the ace of this staff, but maybe the best pitcher in the American League. So like, I don't care if Bello gets sent down. You might as well just replace Cooper Criswell in the rotation because
absolutely. Criswell in his spot. You'd be in way better shape.
He'll go 4 innings, 5 innings, and it's like that's more than what fucking Brayan Bello's been giving you. Like if you look at some of the innings over his last 9 starts, I see a 4 2/3, I see a 4 2/3, I see a 4 2/3, and then his last outing was 2 1/3. Like, I mean, Cooper Criswell's been giving you much better outings than that.
Yeah, he's been. I mean, how many 7-inning starts has Tanner Houck had? I feel like he has 90% of the 7-inning starts for the entire team. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 or 6. Thing that does suck with Houck, it's like the only thing I'll ping him for this year is there's a lot of 0.2s. 6.2, 5.2, 5.2, 6.2, 5.2. So that's kind of consistently a thing where he can't get out of the last inning, but there's literally nothing else bad to say about him. You look at Bello, and it's just a long list of mistakes, of errors, of attitude stuff. And
I think his next start is his last chance to right the ship. If he bombs in his next one, you probably do send him down, and
then it's irresponsible to pitch him like that. If he sucks in the next start, it's like, guys, you're just basically rolling out a guy that's guaranteed to give you a loss at that point.
Well,
you can't do that.
I mean, his last start before this was 6 innings, 2 earned runs. It sucked. It was not a good, and I said that at the time.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
I was like, he hit 2 guys.
7 hits.
He walked 2 guys and gave up 7 hits. By the grace of God, he went 6 innings and gave up 2 earned runs. But like, he sucked in that outing too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like you send him back out there one more time and let him know. Be like, hey, man, it's just not going well right now. And we're in it. So this kind of went from like a developmental see what we got year to we're trying to win ball games, man. Like we're trying to win ball games, and the way that you're going, we got a guy down in AAA right now that was already up here with us doing a good job. We're going to give him that rotation spot because he deserves it and he's earned it, and you quite literally have not. So, yeah, I would say it's a very short leash from here on out for Brayan Bello in this rotation. At least for now. I'm not saying that you're going to banish him for the rest of the year. Like, send him down. And people were saying, like, Phantom IL. Like, that's not what you do with a kid his age.
No.
You send him down, work on some shit. He's 25. Work on some shit, come back.
You can send Big Booze down there. Like, you can send this kid down there. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Red Sox lose 9-4.
Red Sox lose 9-4. Stop and Shop, look ahead. Brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now. Use the promo code Section 10. And that'll get you 10 cents off each tangerine when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines. Only at Stop and Shop. This is a 3-game set against the San Diego Padres. We don't know for sure if Xander's going to be here or not. We do or don't.
I don't know if he's going to be here. I kind of hope he's not, just because I'd want his return to be when he's playing. Like, that kind of sucks if you're just wearing like the dugout merch, because that's what they call it.
Like Chris Sale.
Yeah. Well, Sale, at least he's active. Like, I think that's a little different. He just wasn't starting in a 2-gamer. Yeah. I don't really want the bogey thing to be. I'm sure they got the video ready. The Red Sox always do a good job with the video, but I don't know. It hit me today. I texted you. I was just like, oh, right. Like, Bogey, would he be coming
I forgot
back?
that he was hurt, to be honest with you.
Well, I knew he was hurt. I just didn't think he would be traveling with the team when he's hurt. Obviously, traveling to Boston's a little bit different for him. So we'll see. But I kind of hope he's not.
He signed a 43-year deal. Like, if he's not healthy this time around, like, there will be other opportunities for him to come back.
I think he has literally 21 more chances to come back to Boston.
Yes. So. Yeah. It's a 3-game series against the San Diego Padres. Programming notice. Friday night is Apple TV. Saturday is Fox.
It's another one of those.
Yeah. But it luckily not Sunday Night Baseball, so we will get to pod at a normal time on Sunday. It's Nick Pivetta versus Randy Vasquez. Zach Kelly is your opener in the middle game versus Michael King, and then Tanner Houck against Matt Waldron. Does that sound right to you?
The hell is that?
That's a knuckleballer.
Oh, nice.
We're going to get to see a knuckleballer in this series. Okay, no, that's not correct. So this, when I got my notes, after that, because of switching everything around, it's Randy Vasquez versus Nick Pivetta on Friday. It's Michael King versus Tanner Houck on Saturday. And it's Matt Waldron versus Josh Winkowski
your boy.
on Sunday. Yes. And then they've moved Bello to Wednesday against the Marlins. Thank God I'm not getting 2 Bello starts to fucking open. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, here comes the Carrabba's curse because he has his own broadcast. No, it's the Bello sucks curse. Like, the fuck? Blaming me for that? Dude's been ass cheeks for a month and a half.
I did read it, the line of them moving it back. It's like they're going to give him some extra time off in Miami, and then he's going to pitch in game 2. I'm like, hey, maybe that'll work. Just have him go like get hammered in Miami and just forget he's even like a pitcher in the majors, and then just show up to the park.
Yeah.
Just I'm sure the Panthers are still celebrating. Join the Stanley Cup parade.
Imagine just seeing Bello at the Cup.
Maybe that, I mean, think of things that would just kind of wash your head of any concerns or anything.
Yeah. Go celebrate the
Bello
Cup, dude.
Celebrating with the Panthers with the Stanley Cup, and
Stanley
then
Cup champ, Brian Bello.
joining the Sox in Miami on Wednesday, and has the best start of his career.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Randy Vasquez, 2-4, 5. This dude sucks. 5.10 ERA, 168 WHIP, and a 5.9 strikeouts per 9. He was part of the Juan Soto trade with the Yankees. 10 starts this year, 47 1/3 innings, 68 hits, 27 earned runs, 12 walks, 31 strikeouts, 10 bombs. Doesn't strike anybody out. Loves giving up hits. Big fan of giving up homers. He's only had a FIP below 5 after one of his starts this year, and it was 490. His 4-seam is his most used pitch, and it sucks. 327 batting average, 491 slug. His curveball is his only decent pitch, 216 batting average, 405 slug. The Padres are 3-7 when he starts, and they've gone loss, win, loss, win, loss, win over his last 6. So they're due for an L. Michael King, 5-5, a 3.75 ERA, a 129 WHIP, and a 10.5 strikeouts per 9. Another former Yankee. This is also from the Soto trade, having the worst year of his career in terms of ERA, FIP, and WHIP for a full season. Career high in walks per 9 and home runs per 9 too, which feels good. King has 3 starts with double-digit strikeouts, but then 7 starts with 5 or less. They do score a ton of runs for him. They're averaging 5.21 per start, and they reach double digits 3 times. They're 2-5 when they score 3 runs or less for him. Changeup is his best pitch, 205 batting average, 286 slug. He throws his sinker and his 4-seam 51% of the time. Padres are 10-7 when he starts, but they have lost 2 straight. Then Matt Waldron, 5-6, a 3.43 ERA, a 116 WHIP, and an 8.5 strikeouts per 9. He is a knuckleballer. He throws it 39% of the time with a 188 average, a 266 slug, and a 27% whiff rate. Averages 77.4 miles per hour. 48 of his 84 strikeouts are on the knuckleball. He's also got a decent fastball at about 91 miles an hour. He's had a very good June. 5 starts, a 1.95 ERA, a 3.18 FIP. Randomly had a game where he got 10 of 17 outs via the strikeout, and then another start where he got 2 of 21 outs on the strikeout. So you never really know what you're going to get from him in terms of strikeouts. Padres are 1-6 when he has 4 strikeouts or less, and 6-3 when he has 5 or more. They're 7-9 when he starts, and they've won 3 out of their last 4. So again, that is Randy Vasquez versus Nick Pivetta, Michael King versus Tanner Houck, and Matt Waldron versus Josh Winkowski. Prediction time. Jake, what are you feeling for this series?
It's got to be a Red Sox sweep this weekend.
Yeah.
Vibes at Fenway have been great. They basically have like the next 48 hours off, so they should be rested up. Yeah, feels like a sweep.
It's a good call. Extra rest with the rain out tonight. I like that. Steven?
Yeah, both teams are kind of in the same boat. Not a lot of expectations going into this year, and they are both in playoff position as it stands right now. Still very much in Tanner Houck All-Star starter watch. He's likely got 3 starts left until they name the starter of the All-Star game. Still has the best ERA in the American League. He has the top pitcher of WAR in baseball at 3.6. Could easily just be 2 really good starts away from locking in that All-Star starter spot, which would mean so very much to him and to us. We've been really supporting Houck all season long, and it's just been fun to root for him. It's been fun. The guy barely made the opening day rotation, and now he might start the friggin' All-Star game. I'll take 2 out of 3 for the Red Sox so they can avoid a series loss in all of June.
Man. This feels... Ooh. This feels like a sandwich 2 out of 3. And I know Tanner Houck's got the middle game, but I don't think it's going to be his fault.
That's fair.
I got 2 out of 3. Win, loss, win.
Losing? Oh, you got them losing the Houck game.
Yes, but it's not going to be his fault.
Okay.
I
A couple of those.
I don't like our chances against Waldron. He's been really good recently. And they've just never seen him. It's like, how often do you see a fucking knuckleballer? But I was tempted to go sweep. I was tempted to go win-win-loss, but we don't lose on Sundays. So I was like, well, you know.
Don't win a lot on Fridays either.
Yeah, so maybe it's loss, win-win. I'm still sticking with,
win-win.
Yeah, it's loss, win-win. But this Vasquez guy sucks. He sucks. Am I picking sweep?
It kind of feels like you're 2 out of 3. I think sweep. I think Jake's got sweep. I don't think you're giving off sweep energy right now.
I'm like trying to like figure out the math.
They would have to win all 3 for it to be a sweep.
Jake, do you think I should pick a sweep or no?
I think you got to decide how we're going to hit the knuckleballer.
I mean, Josh Winkowski looked good in the loss. You know, that's the Sunday Sox. I'm going to stick with 2 out of 3. I just don't like picking the Houck game to be the loss. But you obviously beat the shit out of Vasquez. Houck should be a win, and then we don't lose on Sunday. It's a sweep, Steve.
You got a sweep? I feel like you're talking yourself into it, but you don't believe it. I don't think you believe it. I'm just
trying to. It's almost like just like reading the directions on IKEA, and you're
I
like,
think it says sweep here.
We were using the B parts. This is D. This is you. The shelves are D. You're using the fucking sides as the shelves. Come on. This is D. You read the instructions wrong, and then you figure it out. This is a sweep. This is a sweep.
Could be like Friday night at 9:00, and you're like, why the hell Did
No.
I say sweep?
Mm-mm.
All right,
Mm-mm.
just saying.
Mm-mm.
Just saying.
Friday night's gonna be like, I mean, the Red Sox probably win that game 8-3.
Okay. I got Sox 7-4. I really thought it through.
Okay.
Don back in the building.
You think he's gonna get a standing O?
I don't think they're going to show him. Is that his first time back with the Padres? That can't be right, right? No, right?
Maybe.
Is that right? I got to see if that's right. That's something we should know. We were there when you got a standing O in 2015. It's been a while.
Have the Padres been here?
They're never here. Red Sox versus Padres. The last time. Yeah, this is his first time back.
Oh, wow.
Well, I think has he been here for like a TBS game or something? There's a chance he's been here for a
Maybe.
national game.
I know we
But-
played the Padres in 2019 because we were there.
Yeah, they've been the last 3 series against the Padres were in San Diego.
Oh,
Last
there you
year, 2019 and 2016. Last time they played the Padres at Fenway was 11 years ago. The 2013 season. That's crazy.
Wow. All right. So we'll have to spend some time on that.
They've only played the Padres 9 times at Fenway Park ever.
Wow.
It's well. Orsillo's first game back with an opposing team. Do you think he like flips off the owner's box or something? Probably. He's probably been waiting for that moment.
Yeah,
his whole
probably,
life.
yeah.
That's got to be interesting for Don. That's got to be interesting. Because, like, even if it's a TBS game, that's one thing where it's like, okay, it's a national game. I got to put on this. Even though I think those are normally road games in, like, Houston and random other places. Walking into the media area, we should have got credentials for this. I feel like we dropped the ball on this.
Why? We still can't. What are you talking about?
We should do that. Xander and Don, like, why? We should do that. Let's do it. What is that?
You want to go on Friday? Oh, shit.
That's just the last we ever see of him.
Gone forever.
Wow, this is the longest gap he's ever had.
He just said I lost power.
Oh god. Oh, is he not hopping back? Can he not hop back on?
Yeah, he must be done.
Oh my god. This is like the most cursed episode of all time. This fucking welcome back to Steve and Jake. We're talking socks.
Yeah, we'll go Friday. Thanks, Jared.
This is hilarious. All right. Oh, what was that, Jared? You wanted to know about the weather? Absolutely, bro. We got you there. The weather look ahead is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
Chew them with your mouth.
You do chew them with your mouth, Jared. Friday, series opener at Fenway Park, 7:10 p.m. Eastern. First pitch, 74 degrees, mostly sunny, 8-mile-an-hour winds, 0% chance of rain. Game 2 is 4:10 p.m. First pitch. It's going to be a nice one at Fenway Park. It's going to be a really good one. It's going to be 76 degrees. Oh my god, it's everything! Oh, no way! It's going to be the best temperature ever! Oh my god, I can't believe it! Oh my god, I can't believe it! 76 degrees at Fenway Park! I can't believe it! Oh my god! Mostly sunny, 15-mile-an-hour winds, 2% chance of rain. Quiet down there, Jared. You're acting crazy. Sunday series finale, 1:35 p.m. First pitch, 81 degrees. Folks, I know what I did last show. I know I kind of undersold what the rain was going to be in the finale. I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. There's going to be thunderstorms on Sunday, all right? 13-mile-an-hour winds. It's going to be windy. 70% chance of rain. The thunderstorms likely turn into scattered thunderstorms around 4 p.m. I am making 0 guarantees for Sunday. It could be a rain out, could not. I am telling you right now, don't blame me if it gets rained out because it does not look great for Sunday. That is the weather look ahead, which is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. Chew them with your mouth. I really do hope we see Don and Xander on Friday, Jake. I know we talked about it before Jared died, but I think that's honestly something that we should do. And it hit me, we can still save that. Like, we can still go. It's not, I don't know why I'm thinking you can't just get a Denchi the day before. Maybe it's a little bit tough, but we should be able to bend the rules a little bit.
We should be able to do it for sure. And if you can't get a credential and you want to go to the game, Steve, why don't you tell them what service you can use?
Oh, absolutely, dude. The best service of all time. It's the Game Time app. Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to first pitch. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. I actually used Game Time recently. I used Game Time to go to the Celtics in the finals, and it was, my goodness, Jake, we were both there for the clincher. We are NBA champions, and it's all because of Game Time. Last-minute deals. Save up to 60% off buying last minute for sports and concerts, also comedy and theater. Save even more with exclusive in-app deals on select seats ahead of the game or event. Save even more when you choose a section and let Game Time choose the seats. Toggling this feature shows the total up front with no surprise fees at checkout, which is the absolute best thing on the planet. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. Price guarantee, lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you 110% on the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code Section10 for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account. Redeem code is Section10. That's SECTION. The numbers 1 and 0 for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Closing thoughts time. Gonna rip through a couple of things real fast, Jake. Just wanted to give an update on the Fangraphs postseason percentage for the Boston Red Sox. 40% chance of making the playoffs. I gotta be honest, I think that's the highest that's been all season. I'm sure it came down a little bit after the Game 2 loss in this series, but I do this every series just to keep myself honest to where they're at. 40% is pretty high. They're giving them a 1% chance of winning the AL East. We were probably going to get to the Cora sound, but I guess we can even do that the next show if we want. Alex Cora saying sky's the limit. I mean, he's basically saying that they should go for the AL East crown, which I thought was kind of crazy. But hey, you keep that mentality, then maybe it helps the guys, fires them up a little bit. I did a little stat research, also just known as research, and found out, Jake, that there's only been one time in the last 20 years that the Red Sox held. Only one time Helds did, I think is the exact one. There's only one time they held a wild card spot at the All-Star break in the last 20 years. Isn't that a little bit crazy, by the way? That's almost pretty wild, right. Yeah, it is pretty wild. 2016 is the only time they did a wild card spot at the All-Star break. We're closing in on the All-Star break right now, and the Red Sox are in playoff position. Closing thoughts. What do you got? Or Jake's takes. What do you got, Jake?
Yeah, I think it was just a great episode under the circumstances tonight. Shout out to you and Jared for holding down the fort. I think Tyler really tied it all together by getting tossed at minute 4. But yeah, just good work with a short crew tonight. We will see you guys on Sunday.
Yeah, I think this episode was semi-cursed, but it was a ton of fun. I mean, I hadn't done a show with Jared, like we mentioned, in maybe 3 years, with it basically just being us, but it's the 3 of us. It's the 4 of us. Shout out Jeremy. Jeremy's the best, and you guys are absolute legends for the editing that you do of this podcast. Appreciate everybody that tuned in. We are going to be back after the series finale on Sunday. Thank God it's an afternoon game, and it's not a late game. I don't really have a closing thought, just kind of, midway season thoughts. Red Sox are better than we thought. They're 43-37. The Astros are kind of hot, so you got to watch out for them. I think they're only a couple games behind the Sox there for that last wild card spot. Desperately need Tristan Casas back. They really need him back as soon as they can possibly get him. But the Sox are 4th in doubles in the majors, 5th in the majors in team OPS, 6th in the majors in steals, 7th in the majors in team average, 8th in the majors in bullpen ERA. You can look around the clock, around all the stats, and see that the Boston Red Sox are a good team and one that you should be watching. That'll do it for episode 482 of the Section 10 podcast. Until next time, take care.
Buenas noches, amigos.